Saturday, the Rush and Roughnecks got into an old-fashioned shootout. Calgary took the early lead, but the Rush fought back. They combined for 20 goals in the first half and 33 on the night. But it was the second half where the Roughnecks got focused. And once again, the Rush felt the pain of a tough loss. Tonight, the provincial rivals battle again on Sportsnet 1.
Welcome from across the country to the NLL Battle of Alberta Lacrosse Series, presented by Homes by Abbey, better value by design. Thanks for tuning in to Sportsnet 1. Tonight is Game 2 of 4 between the Calgary Roughnecks and the Edmonton Rush in the regular season. Last weekend, Calgary took Game 1 in Edmonton, continuing their success on the road and at Rexall Place. But tonight, the Rush have an edge because Calgary has yet to win on their turf this season. Now let's head up to the booth to Jason Greger and Kevin Howard for the call of the game. Guys?
Thanks, Kayla. Everyone's expecting a repeat performance if you love offense after last week, but after talking to both defensive sides, I'm not sure that's going to happen. First off, Dane Doby, one of the best scorers for the Roughnecks, out for tonight. He's got a knee injury, Kevin. That's a break for the Rush. Their defense needs to be much better after giving up 18 last week.
Well, this Edmonton Rush team, their defense has been their key for the last couple seasons, and they have to really create some turnovers and generate some offense with their transition and heading up the floor. They have been a very strong group all season, led by the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Kyle Rubisch.
And Rubisch is a player who I think has to take more of a leadership role. As you mentioned, he is the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, and look for him to get in a lot of one-on-one matchups. He talked about wanting to be more aggressive. Kayla caught up with the Rush leader.
Kyle, you're a leader for the defense of the Rush. What do you guys have to do different this weekend? You guys have got to be a little bit better, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's a thing about consistency. We have to play a full 60 minutes. We have, last week we had a little bit of some letdown, so consistency is a big thing tonight.
Bold has had a rough few weekends. Do you guys have to step up in any way in different areas that you're not used to just to give them that extra support?
Just the whole D unit, we have to stay tighter, play as a unit better, and Boldy's an amazing goalie. He's going to find his way, and he makes huge saves for us all night.
Okay, thanks a lot for this.
Thanks.
Aaron Bold, you expect to be better, Kevin. He does have a tough test, though. The Roughnecks are averaging 15 goals per game, 76 goals in 5 games. They've got a balanced offense of 5 guys with over 20 points, and one of them who doesn't get a lot of fanfare is Scott Ranger.
Scott Ranger, he's a key piece of this offensive team, this offensive group for Calgary. He plays the crease on the power play. He's got a knack for scoring some really big goals, and he's not afraid to go to the dirty areas. He's a true role player, and that shows the depth of this Calgary group.
And you look at him averaging 2-to-1 in assists to goals. He's very good on the pick and roll game. He sets a lot of hard picks. And he's also added a letter to his jersey that gives him even more responsibility. Kayla caught up with him in his expanded role.
Scott, you've always been a leader on the team, but this year you are officially wearing the A, taking it over from Caleb Toth. Has there been much of a transition between your role last year and obviously being the assistant this year?
Not really, no. I always kind of pride myself on leadership and working hard, and you know, now that with the letter, I just get to talk to the referees. That's the only thing that's different in my game. But you know, Caleb's got some big shoes to fill, and hopefully I can you know, do my part to do that.
Tonight is a big test for you guys. You won in Edmonton last weekend. They're obviously here tonight. What do you have to bring from your road game to the home game?
Yeah, you know, I think both teams struggled last game, so I think tonight's going to be a battle. We just got to bring execution and that work ethic, and this is a good team. This Edmonton team is a good team, and so are we. So it's going to be a battle tonight for hopefully 60 minutes.
Okay, thanks a lot for this.
Thank you.
Tonight's broadcast is presented by Homes by Abbey, better value by design. The second installment of the Battle of Alberta Lacrosse Series coming up next on Sportsnet 1. It's the Rush and the Roughnecks.
Well, we meet at last.
To the very last.
Dude!
Troy, I'm falling for you.
Whoa, guys!
With Optic TV, one PVR lets you record your favorite shows and watch them on any TV in the house. Thanks a lot.
Looking for an open man. Lando goes just wide of the net. In here, Rooney seats. Here's Shanko. He finds Lando. Intercepted in the basket. Back out to center. Shanko. He shoots. He scores! This house is going crazy, and I have never seen anything quite like it. Must be legal drinking age.
Now is not the time. Now is not the time to find out that the crack in your windshield weakens the structural integrity of your vehicle. Now is not the time to realize that a windshield is more than just a piece of glass. No, now is not the time.
Provincial pride is on the line. Legendary rinks collide as Ontario, Manitoba, and Alberta look to crown a provincial champion. Howard, Epping, Stoughton, Fowler, Martin, Cooey. Who will earn the right to represent their province at the prestigious Brier? The Men's Provincial Curling Championships, February 9th and 10th on Sportsnet.
The first quarter is presented by TELUS. The future is friendly. Tonight's starting goaltenders are delivered to you by Pizza Hut. Feed your whole team with the Pizza Hut Game Day Big Box. Order online at pizzahut.ca tonight. The starting goaltender's Aaron Bold, who has been pulled his last two games for the Rush against Mike Poulin, who was shaky early, Kevin, but was outstanding in the second half.
Well, Kurt Malosky stuck with Poulin pretty much for the full game. Aaron Bold, however, the former All-Star, did get the yank, and Brody McDonald came in on relief of him, so look for him to bounce back and have a big one tonight.
Bold has struggled early in the last two games, especially on giving up 2 goals on 2 shots against Calgary. Gave up 3 goals and 5 shots the previous game. He needs to be focused early on. That is going to be a key for tonight's game for the Edmonton Rush, especially on the road where the Roughnecks are looking to get on track at home. You know, we talked about Bold being on track. The other thing tonight, Kevin, the power play of the Rush has to get back going. They were only 1 for 7.
Well, they were tops in the league coming into the last game. They fell to 4th, and you know what? A testament to this Calgary penalty kill. Maybe they just played that much better last game as well. But nonetheless, this Edmonton power play been their strength all season. It needs to continue and be their strength tonight if they expect to keep pace with this potent Calgary offense.
Rubish, Knight, Corbeil, LaFontaine, and Thompson will start for the Rush. Schneider, Manning, Evans, Veltman, and Schattler. And Jeff Schneider, you want to talk about a crazy stat. In his 3 years with the Calgary Roughnecks, he has won 622 faceoffs out of 827. Complete domination, and Jeremy Thompson will have his hands full with them. One of the key things will be not to allow Schneider to win the draw and then go directly to the net.
Well, Snyder, talk about a player who does the little things. He's first in NLL turnovers and loose balls, and he's second in NLL face-off wins, and for the second straight week, he wins Transition Player of the Week.
And we're underway. Thompson thought he had it, but Schneider picks it off, and the home side Red have it. Schneider walking in, bounce shot, and Bold makes the save and the rebound. Scooped out of the air by Corbeil. Wearing a letter tonight, Chris Corbeil, as he fires it up tonight. The Rush now with Mike Cudmore in the lineup. That has their first 4 draft picks from last year all in the lineup tonight for Edmonton. Greer and Ward, Corey Conway, healthy scratch tonight for Edmonton. The Rush will go with 7 forwards and 11 defenders. And look for them to try to get Big Matthews involved early. Matthews tonight shooting it. Stop. And that ricochet is all the way back over to center, but it won't be over and back as the Rush get another possession. Matthews had 14 shots, but only 2 goals last Saturday. Here comes Corey Small, working on McRae. Back to Greer. to Ward, coming off a 7-point night. Back to Matthews. Quickly to Knight. The Greer fires. Rebound. Small backhander. Another nice save. And Poulin's made 3 big stops early as they put it to center to Manning. Manning just slowly into Edmonton territory. Rush getting some good opportunities early. Here comes Shatler with some speed. Pascas in the lineup tonight. Dane Doby, as we mentioned, an injury late scratch for the Roughnecks. Evans, 37 points already this year. Dumps it in front, shooting it. Bold with a nice shoulder save, and Thompson has the rebounds, and the goalie's off to a much better start. Thompson has guys streaking here, walking in all alone, shooting, and Poulin slides to make the save. Rebound. Mitski drops it, and it's picked up by Shatler.
If this is any indication, we're in for a great night. Good offensive sets for both teams, and a little bit of a track meet starting now.
Shatler will slow it down for Calgary. We had 6 shots in the first minute and 40. Shatler for the Roughnecks as they wait to get all 5 attackers on. Evans, quick shot, Bold holds it. Looking very strong early to the captain, Quinlan. Quinlan with some speed down the left side. Across the line, stops up, switches hands, dumps it back. Greer waiting, picks it off. Matthews diving, and he stepped in the crease. Wouldn't have counted, but Poulin made the save anyway, and the Roughnecks quickly push it up the center. McFedridge. Very athletic group are the Roughnecks on the back end. Development. Ranger coming off a 5-point night last Saturday, bounce pass development. Oh, nice little move inside. There's Cudmore, the rookie, playing his first NLL game. Coming off the boards. Nice spin move. Dixon now gets around LaFontaine, shoots, and Bold makes the save. And LaFontaine recovers.
And a slow breakup, but Dixon, great swing move, gonna get some bigger minutes with Dane Doby out. They're gonna shift over this side, probably go strong right a little bit more, so look to Ranger and Dixon to get a little bit more opportunity out there.
Small fakes the shot, goes to Knight. Knight to Ryan Ward, over to Greer. Working on the captain. Greer circles high outside the line, doesn't take the shot. Now he lets it go and went over top of the net. Rebound out of the stick of Schneider, and on the crease. Rush didn't get it away in time. Shot clock violation. Lots of end-to-end action the first 3 minutes.
The Edmonton Rush offense, everybody getting a touch. So important to get that group in the game. No one's sitting on the bench waiting for their time to get out. Lots of opportunities. Everyone's getting to feel exactly what Ron Laurent wants this offensive group to do. Get everyone involved early.
Evans to Shatler. Shatler now has it. Lane comes in front, and the ball just slipped out of his pocket. He had a wide open lane. The Rush defense caught napping, but they get a break, and then Rubish scoops it up, and he gets it back to himself. Kyle Rubish has all sorts of time because he didn't have possession. You have 8 seconds to get across center. Headmans it to Jared Davis. Look for 23 to get more touches tonight. Davis to Matthews. First overall pick shot. That one hits Poulin right in the left shoulder, and McFedridge gobbles up the rebound. No second opportunities for the Rush as McCrae quickly wheels in across the line. Dump it back to the rookie, Resetaris, 6th overall pick. To Dixon. Already with 3 shorthanded goals this year for Calgary. To Ranger. Ranger across the crease, coming in, Veltman, and Bold makes a nice right arm save, and the rebound ricochets, bounces around, and it's picked up by Edmonton. Calgary's got some very good looks. Aaron Bold looking like the all-star he was last year after 2 struggling weeks, and that's good news for Edmonton. Both goaltenders actually looking solid early on. Ryan Ward, down low, Ward dumps it back. Knight walks in, waits, fires, and Poulin out to challenge, steers it to the corner. Knight gets it back, rolls it to Ward. Bounces over his stick, and the Roughnecks have it. Quickly out to Schneider. Schneider now walking across the line, switches hands, bounces one in, and Bold holds the legs. Now he headmans it to Mitski. Mitski, the former 3rd-round pick. All-star as well, wearing a letter. Leaves it for Davis. Now low to Burke. His first touch of the evening. To Matthews, into the corner to Small. Small coming out, back to Burke, back to Small. Makes a shot, down low, Matthews dropped it. Greer will get to it. They got 3 seconds in the shot clock, and Matthews from a sharp angle hits Poulin.
what a pace to this game, and equally as important to get this rush offense, they need to match this 15 goals for average this Calgary team can put up. Aaron Bull doing a great job of shutting the door early and getting the feel for the ball, just as the offense is getting the feel for the ball at the other end.
Lots of good looks early. The difference from last week's the goalies are making great saves. Calgary works it around. They got 6 seconds on the shot clock. Evans spinning off the wall. He's stripped by Corbeil, and now Corbeil will come up with it. Tries to head man it to Quinlan. They got a 2-on-1. Quinlan and Corbeil. Quinlan down the right side. Walking and firing, and he hit Poulin up high. And makes an easy save, and then Poulin back to Evans over his stick. Bounces down to Cornwall, but he can't get to it, and Edmonton has it. With some speed, here comes Dilks. Picked up in a dispersal draft from Boston. Dilks coming off late, firing is small, and they're hitting Poulin right in the chest every time. As Poulin makes another save, great positioning out to Snyder. Snyder across the line, doesn't rush it. Back to Shatler. He played 6.5 minutes, no score in Calgary. Shatler in the neutral zone, working on Cudmore. Now he comes in on Lintz. Lintz strips him, hits it back, flips it to Pascas. Now his pass misses everyone, and Minsky has it. Minsky to Dilks. And Dilks will slowly trot across center. He'll head to the bench. Leaves it for Davis. Davis as Matthews comes on late. Matthews with some speed. Takes the hit from McFedridge, back to Greer. Fakes a shot through the middle. Hits the shoulder. Now he's going for another lane of back pedal shot. Saved by Poulin, rebound into the corner. Matthews loses his stick, and it's picked up by Calgary. Poulin bounces it at Arnett. Lopes his way to center. To Evans. Looking for a pick. Crescent Terrence. Now he'll spin back down low to Evans. Corbeil quickly on his hands. Now Rubish switches, but they lose Terrence, and a stop by Bold. And Quinlan will quickly run the floor again. It's a 3-on-3. Quinlan to the line, and he won't force it. He'll just dump it off to LaFontaine. Back to Quinlan. End-to-end action. Not a lot of cutters, though, by the rush in the offensive zone. Burke makes the shot. Now goes to Matthews. To Small, working on Manning. Small, nice swim move, walks in, shoots, and he missed on the far side on a great move. And he just missed the net, Kevin. Shots 10-7. We played 8-10 in a fast-paced first quarter here of NLL action. As you are watching the Battle of Alberta, brought to you by Homes by Avi on Sportsnet.
We are late in the third period. This baby still all locked up. Schenkel looking for an open man. Lando goes just wide of the net. Look at the fans in here. Who needs seats? Here's Schenkel. He finds Lando. Intercepted in the basket. Back out to center. Schenkel. He shoots. He scores! This house is going crazy, and I have never seen anything quite like it.
Must be legal drinking age.
A hand-tossed style pizza for $10? I must have gone back in time.
Nope. Just $10 any day.
New hand-toss style pizza. Delicious Pizza Hut taste. Just $10. Only at Pizza Hut.
Life's short. Have fun. Edmonton's fresh new radio station. 92.5 Fresh FM. We're going to play your favorite music. And in between, we're just going to play the new 92.5 Fresh FM. Fresh
NLL lacrosse is back, and the party continues when your Roughnecks bring their fast-paced, hard-hitting, and high-scoring game to the Roughhouse. Come for the party and stay for the game. Visit CalgaryRoughnecks.com for tickets now.
Back live at the Saddle Dome. So far, no scoring. We had 11 goals in the first quarter. And you look at this Roughnecks offense, Kevin. Last weekend, dangerous. They've been dynamic all year.
Well, you see goals from Dixon there, from Snyder. It was really scoring by committee last game. The Roughnecks are really going to miss Dave Noby being out, but you just see the heads-up play of Dave Noby, the offense that he actually brings. But really, there's a couple quiet nights from From Evans, he had 2 and 4, a very quiet 6 points. But look at the numbers they can put up: 19, 16, 18 goals. So this Edmonton Rush defense has got to do everything they can to contain this and hope their offense can match the potency.
And so far, so good, and it's been all goaltending. 17 shots, 17 saves. The Rush with 10 shots, the Roughnecks with 7 as we're back underway. Pascas picked up in the off-season move, works right into the crease area. Good step and a half in. That's an easy stop there. And the Edmonton Rush would like to thank all the Rush fans viewing the game at Crush Lounge, the official road viewing party of the Edmonton Rush. Hit up facebook.com/Crush Edmonton for more info as the Rush turn it over and Calgary gets it right back. There's an errant pass by the Roughnecks, but that one went off the stick of LaFontaine out of play. Just hit his shaft, and Shatler will bring it back in. Definitely missing Doby. Pascas over to Dixon. Dixon, nice spin move down low. Dilks right on his hands, can't get the shot now. He takes it back, pedaling weak one. And that's an easy save for Bold as he headmans it to Thompson. Thompson with some speed now across center. Thompson coming across the restraining line. Spins, protects the ball. Now he'll flip it back to Jared Davis. Minsky loses his stick, he'll head to the bench, so it's Rush only 3 guys on. They're gonna wait as Matthews comes on late. Shot clock down to 8 seconds. Matthews quickly into the corner. Back to Davis. Fire, scores! Jared Davis rips one from 30 feet out, and the Rush have a lead, 1-0.
What Mike Poulin would love to have back. Jared Davis from way outside. Looked like a set play was going to happen on that other side, and they pump it up to that release man. Jared Davis all alone just steps into one, and that Calgary Roughnecks defender was not able to get his stick out on his hand. Rush pull ahead with a 1-goal lead.
And Snyder wins the draw as Davis has his 4th of the season. Snyder gets through a maze of Rush defenders. Corbeil's still on it. Snyder spins off of it, right to the bench. Now flip it back. Evans with some speed coming across the line. Evans, dump pass and then dropping it was Cornwall. Just fell out of his pocket. Picks it back up. Cornwall, nice move off the boards away from Toll. Long shot and an easy save by Bold. He scoops up the rebound, holds onto it. And Aaron Bold looking like the all-star again tonight for Edmonton as Toll bounces it up to the restraining line to LaFontaine. Into the corner to Burke. Burke across the line. Flips it over to Small. Small fakes through the middle, bounces one low, rebound. LaFontaine couldn't pick it up, he was wide open. Now there's a maze of guys battling for it, and it will be Roughnecks ball when we return. The Rush have the only goal off the stick of Jared Davis. 1-0 and 10 minutes gone in the first quarter. The Battle of Alberta continues on Sportsnet.
It's so important to make someone happy. Make just one heart-to-heart you. You sing to one smile that cheers you, one face that lights when it nears you, and you will be happy too.
Too often, a lot of professional athletes don't get the accolades for what they do away from the game. Defenseman Mike Carnegie has a phenomenal thing that he is behind with Burma, raising over $30,000. And here's that story on Mike Carnegie.
I've contributed the last 3 years a portion of my salary to Partners Relief and Development. It's a charity here in Calgary that helps support refugees and people in Burma. There's an ongoing conflict there where essentially an internal war where their government has basically killed their own people, and it's quite corrupt. I've just taken it on myself to spread the word about partners and what they're doing in the country of Burma, and to educate people on what's going on in this part of the world, and just kick in some money to help with a lot of relief and development, better the lives of somebody else, to help those less fortunate, especially outside of Canada. It can be, we can create ourselves a little bubble here of security where we don't actually know how the rest of the world lives and survives each day. So I've just, that's one reason, is to help those less fortunate than others. That's one reason.
Outstanding work by Mike Carnegie, who's donated half of his salary in previous years. As the Roughnecks control it, down by 1. Lead scorer Evans pass, an errant one, and it's picked up by the Rush, and they got a 2-on-1. Thompson with some speed switches to his offhand, comes in the middle over the shoulder shot, pulling out the challenge rebound. Thompson has it, and he doesn't shoot it. Now he'll dump it to Matthews. Matthews back to Greer. Greer through the lane, and his shot. Nice recovery defensively by McRae to knock that out of his pocket, and McRae strips it from him, and he gets it back. And fans, you can text fan choice along with your selection for the General Tire Player of the Game to 212121. Every fan who texts in will be entered to win a set of tires from General Tire. The Player of the Game sponsored by General Tire. And Dixon, another errant pass by the Roughnecks. Schattler gets it back at the line. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Schattler working around Ruba. Schattler shooting it. Stopped by Bolden. He scoops up the rebound.
Got to drive the offensive coach nuts for the Roughnecks. Every shot has been right in the chest. Bolden hasn't had to work too hard, and he's definitely getting the feel and into the groove here tonight. They got to move the ball around a little bit better and get some more quality opportunities.
Matthews quick in front, and Corey Small was wide open, and he just dropped the pass from Davis as McBride runs the floor. On the right side, development. Comes it back to Ranger. Down low to Evans. Thompson quickly out on him. Evans, nice move around to Minsky. Great switch. Minsky then just hammers Evans into the glass. Still working him over. Great job by the all-star defenseman. But Evans, tough customer. Now he lost a stick on the floor. Snyder comes in, he's got it, hammering guys around, and finally John Lintz picks it up for Edmonton. Lintz loses it as the war on the floor. Ball still down. Lintz looks like he's injured on the play for Edmonton. He's down in pain, and now the whistle goes. Lintz and 2 injured Rush. Lintz hopping around. Looks like his right leg's bugging him. Minsky. No, it's not Minsky. He's up in the slot area.
Davis.
Is that Derek Davis?
An absolute battle. 2 or 3 big hits.
That's not good. Well, you know, good news, I guess, in one sense for the Rush. They do have 11 defenders. If we see the replay and you look at Lintz, oh, his right leg just gave out on him. You saw it as he fell down, putting no weight on it. That does not look good for John Lynch. Jarrett Davis now up in the corner, walking off on his own steam, and you see Lintz again as his, like his knee just buckled.
And those are tweaks. Johnny Lintz doesn't have the strongest ankles. He gets them taped up pretty good before every game and has for years. And of course you see the tape not exactly holding up on that. Let's hope he's okay. And of course Jarrett Davis, a big new piece of this offensive puzzle for Edmonton. You see, he's heading back to the locker room right now. Hopefully he's okay. He's been known to set some really big picks and free up some guys on the right side.
So John Harnett has been assessed a 5-minute major for cross-checking. We'll double-check that call, but I'm pretty sure it's what the announcer just said, 5-minute cross-checking. I got to see the replay. I'm not sure where that came from. The Roughnecks obviously do not agree with it. A huge opportunity here for Edmonton. Now in NLL, you have, you see here it is, Harnett. I'm not sure what it is, but we'll get back to it in a sec. The Rush on the man advantage. 3 goals allowed now on a 5-minute major. Rush come in with the 4th best power play. Ward down low, wide open, Knight shot, hits the defender, and Harnett rolls to the corner. Knight scoops it out though. Back in front, and Corey Small again missed the pass. That's twice he's had the pass right in his stick. ill afford to drop those.
Corey Small struggling early. He needs to bury those chances, just suck it up and actually catch the ball first before he thinks about putting 2 fakes on to get Mike Lewin dancing. He's got to get his game together if he wants to stay out there on this power play, because they need to get their stuff together.
And you see Dixon, who already has 3 shorthanded goals, trying for the reverse wraparound dunk. It doesn't work. Bold holds his ground, and the Rush will come back out. The Rush were only 1 for 7 last week. They are now 12 for 21 on the season, 57%, 4th best in the NLL. Another penalty coming up to the Roughnecks. Matthews' shot hits a stick. And now Calgary loses it. Knight picks it up. Knight to Ward. Greer shooting, and Poulin makes the save. And we've got a penalty against Calgary, an unsportsmanlike conduct. I think, did he point to Harnett in the penalty bench getting the unsportsmanlike? Wow, you gotta have a pretty deep voice to get an unsportsmanlike from the penalty bench, if indeed it was him. So this is a huge opportunity for the Edmonton Rush, a 5-on-3 for 2 minutes. They've still got 3:41 remaining in the 5-minute major to Harnett.
Well, a 4-on-3 or a 5-on-3 power play, you should score every time. Big opportunity for this Edmonton team to get one early, and of course they're still on that 5-minute. They still have that 5-minute power play advantage where they can score as many goals as they like. At this rate, this power play needs to get it going. This is a great opportunity to shake that monkey off their back and kickstart this power play and get a little bit of a head start on this this high-flying Calgary offense.
So somebody's got to come and serve the penalty, but it looks like Calgary's still going to be 5-on-4. I don't understand it. So they just add 2 minutes to his penalty? That makes no sense. It's a different infraction. So here's Ward. So it's still 5-on-4 for cross the crease, and Small puts it over top of the net, but he stepped in the crease. I do not understand how you could just add 2 minutes to a 5-minute major. That makes absolutely no sense. It's a completely separate infraction. How is that possible? So nonetheless, that's a huge break for Calgary. You ever seen that? It doesn't make any sense. Am I missing something?
I've never seen that. The penalty was down to 3.5 minutes, and they just bumped it up to 5.5 minutes, and he's in the box. I do not understand how a separate infraction, you just add on 2 minutes to it. So the Rush, nonetheless, got 40 seconds to go in the first half. Low-scoring affair, only 1 goal. It's 1-0 Edmonton. Still on their first power play. Ward to Knight, back to Ward. Matthews and Greer and Small. Then a pass, knocked down, picked back up by Edmonton. Ward down low to Knight, across to Small, doesn't shoot it, stops, pops, rebound, and Matthews picks it up. Great job by Matthews to scoop up that rebound, resets the clock, down to 15 seconds on the quarter clock. Ward waits, back to Greer, down low to Knight, across to, and Small, that pass too hard to take. Matthews with 5 seconds, across to Knight, wide open, and he dropped the pass. He had a wide open net. And the buzzer sounds to end the first quarter. A completely different first quarter than last Saturday. Only 1 goal instead of the 11 that we saw last week. The NLL Battle of Alberta Lacrosse Series is presented by Homes by Abbey. Better value by design. 1-0 Rush. When they return, they got 4:15 remaining in a strange power play as you're watching the Battle of Alberta Lacrosse Series on Sportsnet.
Never back down, gonna break through the wall. Shout loud, everyone can hear. No! Nobody near. Show 'em what I made of, what I made of. Show 'em what I made of, what I made of. Show them what I made of.
It's the Brick's famous Friends and Family Sale. The Sealy Posturepedic Pro Back Pocket Coil with gel memory foam is half price, only $6.99. Or Get the Pillow Top half price, only $7.99. Save $600 on the Sealy Posturepedic Special Edition Eurotop Crown Jewel, only $5.99. While quantities last. Clearance mattresses starting as low as $175. Plus, scratch and save up to 50% off on all mattresses. For mattresses, nobody beats the brick.
Life's short. Have fun. Edmonton's fresh new radio station. 92.5 Fresh FM. We're going to play your favorite music. And in between, we're just going to play the new 92.5 Fresh FM.
Honesty, integrity, service, and trust. We know you want the very best for your family. That's why we share so many of the same values. Because at Western RV, we're family too.
The second quarter is brought to you by Fresh FM. Life's short. Have fun. Back live at the Saddle Dome. 15 minutes in the book. The Rush and the Roughnecks. Not a lot of offense. 15 shots for Edmonton, 10 for Calgary. Great goaltending, Kevin.
Well, a lot of opportunities for this Edmonton team. The Calgary offense looks a little bit out of sorts. Of course, Dane Doby out of the lineup and Pascal Straw's in. Maybe they just don't have that chemistry. They are missing a key piece of their offensive puzzle here tonight. They haven't quite gotten the groove, but both goalies have stepped it up. A total reversal from last week, and expect something different in the second quarter because something's got to give. They got to start getting a little bit better opportunities and start cutting and stop firing it right at these goalies' chests.
Well, the one stat Edmonton will like is they actually lead in the loose ball category. Jeff Schneider, of course, the best loose ball guy, the best face-off guy, and they've done a good job to corral him. When you don't have a lot of goals, there's not a lot of face-offs. And you got to wonder, Calgary, discipline has been a concern for that team. And Malowski talked to us before the game and said, I got to stress discipline. They have been shorthanded 41 times. Meanwhile, Edmonton has been shorthanded 13. So you see the difference. Calgary kills off a lot of penalties, but usually you don't want to be giving teams that many opportunities, as Edmonton has 4:15 remaining in a man advantage to start this second quarter, and Snyder wins his third face-off of the game and sings it hard to Schattler. Calgary very dangerous with 7 shorthanded goals as a team already this season. So they take a lot of penalties, but they can kill you down a man. They just control the ball in the neutral zone. Evans. They bring on Dixon, who's got 3 of those 7 shorthanded goals. Evans at the line, looking, waiting, down low to Dixon, and he was streaking in the net, but he couldn't hold on. Corbeil had an arm on him, and he might have got away with a hold there, as Edmonton on the man advantage will set it up. This time we see Jared Davis now down on the crease in place of Knight, with Small, Ward, and Greer. Matthews, the high man with the heavy shot. To Ward. Now they go down low to Davis. Back to Ward. On the right corner. Matthews across. Firing. Davis scores! Jared Davis with the hot stick. His second goal of the night. A power play marker in Edmonton with a 2-0 lead.
What a shot by Jared Davis. This Calgary Rush penalty kill goes to a little bit different formation. They go to a full-out box, and they just break it down by good passing side-to-side movement. And he picks that short side corner going post to post. And the Rush have a 2-goal lead.
Nice pass for Matthews. Better finish from Davis. Ward with the other helper. Matthews and Davis with 2 points thus far. Calgary controls again. They're still down a man for another 3 minutes. I don't know how there's still a minute left in the major, so Edmonton could still score 2 more on this one. And Minsky creates a steal, and here comes Toll. Slowly across center. It's still on the man advantage, as we mentioned. Opportunity to get a big lead. Ward and Davis, the hot stick again in the corner. To Matthews. Rush. Now they'll start to move. Ward spins down across. Bounce shot. What a save by Poulin. He robbed Zach Greer. The Rush set it up perfectly, but Poulin read it better.
And now you see this Calgary penalty kill go back to the diamond. They fall away from what they were doing before. Obviously it doesn't work, and tremendous respect for Mark Matthews who's setting it up. They basically, with the diamond, they take him away, but the way to break a diamond down is send cutters and cross corner passing. Poulin's playing way up high, way up on top of the crease, so try to look for those diagonal passes to get some backdoor one-timers.
Evans working on LaFontaine, down to 2 seconds of the shot clock, and he rips one off the shoulder of LaFontaine and out of play, and that's a break. Smart play by Evans that resets the shot clock, allow them to kill off another 30 seconds. Evans fending off some cross checks, attempts to dislodge the ball from LaFontaine. He'll just kill time in the neutral zone. Now LaFontaine strips it, but Evans picks it back up, dumps it across to Shatler, working on the rookie Cudmore. Breaks his ankle, spinning, shooting. Bold has it, it goes through him and out the other side. Evans into the corner. Pounded on it. Rubish hit hard, but Corbeil comes up with it. He'll headman it to Quinlan. Quinlan down the right side. He's going to look to force a pass, but elects to just hold it. Rush with 1:17 remaining in the man advantage. Up 2-0. 12 minutes to go in the half. Matthews to Greer. To Ward, they play a little give and go. Ward fakes a shot, comes in, stops, back to Greer, firing! And Poulin out to challenge, makes the leg save, no rebound, and floats it up to McRae in center. McRae in the neutral zone, just slowing it down, leaves it for Resetaritz. 6th overall pick in the 2013 draft, back to Shatler. 8 seconds left, look for Calgary now to start to make a move or take a late shot. Shatler comes in, shooting, missed on the short side, it bounces out, and Edmonton's got a break. Thompson's gonna run after it. Thompson with some speed across the line. Stops, back to Greer. Not sure why they whistled that one down. Greer back to Matthews. 20 seconds remaining in the power play. Matthews and Ward play a little give and go in the neutral zone. Matthews dumps it over to Small. Coming through the middle, Small fakes. Back to Matthews. Cutting in front, Ward spins, and once again, Poulin holds his ground. Poulin has been the star, and now a long ball. Perfect pass, but it's in and out of the stick of a streaking Beltman. And the pass almost intercepted out of the box. Quinlan then, it's kicked forward by Harnett. As the Roughnecks only give up 1 goal in that 7 minutes of power play time for Edmonton. It's Quinlan picks up the loose ball, hesitates, stopped running, and that allows Calgary to create the turnover. Now they throw it ahead. Here's a race for the ball. Off the bench, coming to pick it up is Corbeil. And then Corbeil bounce pass ahead to Quinlan. The Rush have a 3-on-1. But they missed the pass again to Davis. Sloppy play right now by both teams. And finally it's picked up, held by Poulin, and he'll headman it to Snyder. Snyder with 5 minutes gone in the second quarter, 2-0 Edmonton. Snyder leaves it for Evans. Evans coming in quickly, trying to shoulder his way in. Gets a pick in the back, Corbeil, and Dixon fired it wide of the net. Calgary with 3 guys within a foot of that loose ball. They come up with it. Shatler, hard pass, but that one's off the stick. The pass goes harmlessly into Bold. Bold. Edmonton's got to hurry. Corbeil got to get across center, and he sinks it down to Ward. Quickly to Matthews. Matthews. Swim move. Waits, hesitates. Pass to Greer. Picks it up. Spinning, and he ripped it wide on the far side. Comes out to Matthews at center. Matthews avoids Hebner. And he ripped it about 10 feet over the net. I don't know if that was on purpose, and a pass behind him. Matthews tried to quick stick it, and he missed it. And a low-scoring affair continues. Poulin has been the story, stopping 17 of 19 Edmonton shots thus far. 2-0 Rush on Sportsnet.
We are late in the third period. This baby still all locked up. Looking for an open man. Lando goes just wide of the net. In here, Rooney seats. Here's Shanko. He finds Lando. Intercepted in the basket. Back out to center. Shanko. He shoots. He scores! This house is going crazy, and I have never seen anything quite like it.
Must be legal drinking age. Over the last 35 years, Homes by Avi has built thousands of homes in Alberta, but they believe that only one home matters, yours. They understand that owning a home is the culmination of dreaming, saving, and careful planning. So they strive to provide superior products and unmatched service. They treat your home like it's the only one being built. For a complete list of their homes and current developments, visit homesbyavi.com. That's homesbyavi.com.
NLL lacrosse is back, and the party continues when your Roughnecks bring their fast-paced, hard-hitting, and high-scoring game to the Roughnecks. Come for the party and stay for the game. Visit CalgaryRoughnecks.com for tickets now.
You see Ryan Ward and Jeremy Thompson, both of them had hat tricks last weekend for the Edmonton Rush. You expected from Ward, a little unexpected, but appreciated from Thompson.
Well, a lot of Thompson's offense came from winning the draw, and he did a great job in that second half against matching up against center. There you see him burying one on transition, and a rare cannon from the outside from Thompson, but all his offense is generated from his speed. And there you see Ryan Ward with 7 points last game to tie for the team lead coming into tonight. And Jeremy Thompson, not a huge offensive contributor normally, but you know what? This offense will take it wherever they can, and they expect transition to chip in.
Well, Thompson really started to fit in Edmonton. You mentioned the 10 loose balls there. Derek Keenan and his teammates just love his tenacity and work ethic all over the floor. As the Roughnecks come back in quickly, Ranger with a quick shot, but a crease violation. As Edmonton controls it up to center, Cornwall. The younger of the two Cornwall brothers in the game. Leaves it for Knight in the neutral zone. Edmonton works it around very deliberately to Greer. For a one-on-one, Greer around his defense. And he puts it wide of the net by about a few feet, bounces out to center, to then Ward. Great hands to intercept that push pass by Calgary. And they're dumping off, streaking in, and Davis pushed it wide of the net. Remind you once again, fans, text fan choice along with your selection for the General Tire Player of the Game. Text 212121 with the player's name. That's the Player of the Game brought to you by General Tire. Roughnecks offense looking to get on track. Here comes Dixon. Scores! Dixon, great burst of speed around LaFontaine, soars through the air to make it a 2-1 game.
Curtis Dixon finally cracking that goose egg, the Edmonton Rush killer. And here comes Schaller just setting it up, and good ball movement working around the horn, and he just goes to the net hard. LaFontaine cannot match feet with him to keep up, and Aaron Bold left out high and dry. Not much he can do about that one. A soaring Curtis Dixon to pull within one.
As Calgary gets the draw, possession right again. Evans, Ranger, as Cornwall, a legal pick in the back, and you see him down on the turf. That one stung. He'll get up, he's okay, but it will be Edmonton possession. Mitski wanted a penalty, not just an illegal pick.
And number 77, Jeff Schaller, time of the goal, 6:52.
Oh, the Rush in the offensive zone, lead cut in half. It's 2-1 midway through the second quarter. Matthews fakes, comes to the net, shooting, and he crashed the crease, put it over top of the net. Loose ball picked up by Ward. Matthews has to get out of the crease. He does. Ward down to Knight. Knight wide open, and Corey Small, they missed him again. The Rush have had that play, Kevin, 4 times, and they've missed it every time.
Corey Small is cutting the net. He's finding the openings, but he's just not catching it and finishing. He's got to catch that. I don't know if the passes are that much high, but he's not a very big body, but he's got to get his stick up there and bury these.
Turnover by Calgary. Here comes Toll off the bench. Davis stripped, rolls into the corner, works against McRae. Now Carnegie comes in to help out as well. Davis still trying to push it up against the boards, kicks it. Good work by Davis. Now he has a stick hacked right out of his hands by Carnegie. Excellent defensive effort, and then Carnegie just pushes it up the center, and here comes Calgary. McRae with some speed across the line to Hebner, fakes the shot to the middle, and it hits Evans Thompson in the back, and they score from a sharp angle. Harnett bounced one through Bold from almost the goal line, and we are tied at 2.
Aaron Bold would love to have that one back. Started with Ebner taking that big outside shot that was blocked, and you got to be aware of where that ball is. Of course, Aaron Bold wanted to step and pick up that loosey, wasn't able to get it, but there's the start of the play. A messy loose ball pickup, and just a good berry by Greg Harnett, just throwing it at the feet of Bold. Maybe getting a little bit lucky on that one, but to tie this game at 2, Calgary's back.
Face-off win again by the Roughnecks. As Schattler has it. Quick pass to Evans. Evans bends off the defender, corner on backtracks, looks for another move. Quinlan, good switch. Pass off a helmet behind the net. Rubish to Quinlan. Quinlan falls. Ball's picked up by the Roughnecks. Pascas in the corner. Pascas off the bench. Schattler, 3 seconds. Bounces it wide of the net as the shot clock expires, and it's picked up by Edmonton. Cornwall. He'll run the floor by himself. He'll wait. Dump it back to LaFontaine. Cornwall. Oh, he'll head to the bench. Thought he was going to stay on. They go down low to Burt. McWard to Matthews coming on late. Now to Greer. Pass over his head. Gets it off the glass. Greer coming through the middle. Strip. Ball's loose. Matthews has it. Cross. Burke shooting, and Poulin makes the save. Bounces it to Snyder, and he misses it, and that'll be a turnover, and Edmonton gets it right back. Corbeil. He's going to look for that long bomb pass, but elects to just run it to safety. Cross center.
Official physiotherapy provided the Calgary Roughnecks is Lightmark Health. Visit them at
He will leave it, and here comes
Twitter at Lightmark Health. Lightmark Health, helping you
Edmonton.
reach your potential.
Small coming through the middle. Small waiting, firing. Poulin stops it. Ball's loose. And it's picked up by the Roughnecks. They got a whistle. We're going to have some penalties. Pushing and shoving behind the play. It's Edmonton's best pro sports value. For just $79, the Rush Flex Pack gets you 4 tickets and a $10 Tim Hortons gift card. Use them all for one game or spread it out. It's your call with the Edmonton Rush Flex Pack. Call 732-RUSH or visit edmontonrush.com as they whistle it in. And it will be Roughnecks ball. 5:10 to go, 2-2 score. I think it was Jeff Schattler after the game last week who said, I expect a low-scoring affair. It's like he was bang on. Rest of Terrence circling, goes across the line. Corbeil's picked, but they turn it over. LaFontaine headmans it to Quinlan. Quinlan, but he's caught off the bench. He'll slow it down, wait. Then his pass into the stick of the defender. On the floor, Quinlan rolling around with Hebner, hacking, whacking. Corbeil also in there, and Corbeil had it for a second. Now it's picked up by Dixon. We're going to have a penalty to Calgary. It's going to be a slashing call, and Calgary doesn't like it, but when we return, the Rush will go on their 3rd man advantage, trying to retake the lead. 2-2 Rush and the Roughnecks. You are watching the NLL on Sportsnet 1.
It's so important to make someone happy. Make just one heart-to-heart you. You sing to one smile that cheers you, one face that lights when it nears you, and you will be happy too.
Rear vision camera, multi-flex seats, 46 highway, the 2013 GMC Terrain. Over 100 standard features that make you more capable. That's professional grade. Now get 0% financing for up to 72 months on any 2013 Terrain.
Welcome back to the Scotiabank Saddle Dome. I'm joined by Roughneck captain Andrew McBride. Andrew, it's a much different game from last weekend. Last weekend was obviously an offensive game. Tonight is the defense taking the limelight. What's been the difference maker?
I think just hard work and really understanding what the offenses are trying to do. We knew it wasn't going to be an 18-15 game. We knew we were going to have to bear down and play some D, and you're seeing 2 good teams going at it here.
Jared Davis is so far the threat to watch out for tonight, but who else is putting that pressure on you guys?
You know, they have a pretty consistent offense. They got a lot of guys that can do different things, Zach Greer, Mark Matthews. So it's all about playing our systems and understanding what they're trying to achieve and just sticking to the basics.
Okay, thanks a lot for this.
Thanks.
Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Kayla. The Edmonton Rush will go on their third man advantage. Dan McRae sitting in the penalty bench, and you'll see the slash right there on the hands. I don't know, it's kind of a tough call, Kevin, if you're a Calgary fan. In lacrosse, usually you're allowed to slash.
Corbeil doing a good job of really shielding the ball with his knee. I guess the ref saw it as I saw it as well. I think McRae wasn't really making an effort to go after the ball. He was trying to get a little bone and a little flush there. And take your pick. He took about 5 shots. I'm sure the ref was talking to him. Refs in this league do such a great job of letting the players know what's going on and what they're going to call. And I'm sure he got a warning, and he didn't take it.
So the Rush back on the man advantage, 1 for 3. Ward down low in the crease. Davis back to Matthews, a shot, and it's blocked, and it's going to be a breakaway. Picked up by Manning, but he had to slow down. Gets it back on his stick. Manning across the line to Snyder, a bounce shot. That one just grazes off the outside of the goalpost and goes out of play, and it will be Edmonton possession. Rush set that up perfectly, and Matthews, rare to see him get a shot blocked. Calgary, minute 30 to go. Very aggressive penalty kill for the Roughnecks. Already 7 goals shorthanded this season. Ranger, Veltman, Schattler, and Evans. Evans working on Thompson. Thompson gets right in his hands. They wait for a pick to Schattler. Thompson goes down. Evans spins underneath, coming to the net and drives the goal. Would have been a crease violation. Bull didn't like it. And Evans down. I think here probably the venture move, Kevin, to stay down just in case the ref was thinking of giving you goaltender interference.
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking. I think Evans got away with one. You see a good hard pick by Schattler. Evans driving hard underneath, always a threat out there, but he dives right into Aaron Bold's knees. I'm sure it wasn't intentional, but he's lucky he got away with one there. And he gets a cross check right in the ear for good measure. And of course, Evans looking to the ref, looking for a call there, but I think he got away with one, diving right into Bold. That's a call that...
Well, Mitski, the way Mitski's walking to the bench, I think Mitski might be getting a penalty here.
It'd be a very late call. I mean, we didn't see the ref's hands go up. And
I think Evans going too. So I think you've got Mitski and Evans. So Mitski's going to get a cross check, and it looks like Evans is getting goaltender interference, which unique because Mitski gave him the cross check, which you could argue if you're Evans, well, that's why it was goaltender interference. But nonetheless, coincidental minors.
Actually, it was Thompson that cross-checked him in, and I think it was that little shot for good measure once he was down on the ground. He hit him right in the ear, which, I mean, I guess there's a lot of judgment being used by the referee, but nonetheless, I think it's the right call, and Edmonton's going to have a 5-on-4 opportunity here for a minute 10.
Their power play, they had an opportunity early to get a big lead. They didn't take advantage. We'll see if they can score in the remaining .05. Matthews and Greer with Ward, Small, and Davis. They move it around now. Greer to Ward. They put Matthews back on the crease. Ward down low to Davis. Now Matthews back out, up high. Matthews sings it. Heavy pass over the stick of Davis. And it's picked up by Calgary. Most recent goal scorer, Arnett, across the line. Down low to Schattler. Across the crease, they score! Terrence, and there's that dangerous short-handed unit by the Roughnecks. They take the lead down a man. They're up 3-2.
This Calgary offense is always attacking. You always have to have your head on a swivel, look around where these guys are. Good job by Arnett to move it up the floor. Finds Schattler, who has his feet planted, looks him off, and Quinlan lost Terrence, who just snuck in the back door, and just an easy backdoor one-timer to Bold, who was diving across, could not get there in time. A shorthanded goal by this Calgary shorthanded offense.
And a big face-off win for Edmonton. They'll have possession for the remaining 32 seconds of this man advantage. Ward down low to Davis. To Matthews. Firing! Poulin makes the save. Matthews now hustling. Just one hands it to Small. It's a 4-on-3. Small through the middle. Firing! And that one hit Poulin right in the mask. Oh, and then McBride hammers Greer. They pick it up. Matthews coming in. Doesn't shoot it. Goes to Greer. Off his pocket. Greer back to Ward. Over to Small. They slow it down. 15 seconds of the shot clock. Ward, a low shot. Toe save, and it's picked up by the Roughnecks. Then Ward hammers it into the corner, but it'll be scooped up by Poulin, and that'll end the man advantage. Then that pass, dangerous one. It's ricocheted off a few bodies, but it back to Snyder at center. Here comes Calgary. Snyder tiptoes his way across the line into the offensive zone. Off the bench comes Shatler. 5-on-5. 2 minutes to go in the half. It's 3-2 Calgary. Shatler around the defense. Sharp angle shot. Bold makes a nice save. No rebound. Leaves it for Dilks as he'll trot across center. Dilks wants to go to the bench, so he just one hands it to Ward. Away from trouble, Ward across to Small. Small. Burke fakes that shot. To Small. Cutting through the lane, Small shooting it out to challenge. Nice leg save again, Poulin, and then Manning. Quickly up to Dixon. Dixon, long stride across the line. Dixon dumps it back. Federich shot, stop. Rebound controlled by Edmonton. Ahead to Thompson. Thompson quickly across center to Cornwall down the right side. Cornwall back to Burke. Knight and Davis on as well. Greer, pass blocked. Dropped it when he tried to pick it up again. Running the floor, Federzo spins off the restraining line. And he'll head to the bench as he just flicks it. Ranger, under a minute remaining. Ranger, high pass, that one goes right into the Calgary bench. Unforced error, and it's Edmonton ball.
Sloppy play, and like any offensive player looking at the stick, of course it's the stick's fault. But of course Ranger just airmails one little sloppy turnover. Got to sharpen up if they want to keep possession of this ball.
The Rush have called a timeout. 33 seconds remaining. In a low-scoring first half, I mentioned there was 11 goals in the first quarter last week, 20 at the half, but goaltending has been the story. Poulin and Bold both looking very sharp, only allowing 5 goals on 46 shots combined. And you see the Rush change their shot selection late there, Kevin, going low, but Poulin responded nicely with 2 leg saves.
Well, you see Poulin playing with a little bit more confidence. Of course, he's coming right up on top of the crease, and he's a big body. He fills up a lot of that net. And again, struggled last game. Kurt Malosky stayed with them the entire game, and he's standing on his head early here tonight, making lots of stops. They are getting him moving, and he's moving great side to side. Thompson with a good shot right at his knees there. That seems to be where they are putting this, and he is acrobatic, making huge stops, keeping Calgary in this.
Also took one right off the dome. Didn't hurt him, and Edmonton will have possession. 5-on-5. Bold stays in net. Of course, 33 seconds to go in the half. 17 seconds in the shot clock for Edmonton. The timeout, you got to think they've got a set play. We'll see what they run. Bold now is going to jog. Looks like he's going to the bench. No, just a hesitation. They'll just wait. Shot clock gets down to 8 seconds. Now they'll run it. Ward across the line to Small. Small, horrendous pass to Davis. They miss it, and Calgary gets it. And I'll guarantee you that's not what Derek Keenan drew up on the bench there, Kevin.
No, very poorly executed. They waited to the last second, of course. They faked Poulin. The Calgary players start banging their sticks, which lets the defense know that they're going to be shorthanded to pull it into a box. And very strategic call. Now the turnover comes, and Kurt Malosky bringing the troops in for his 6-on-5 play to end this half.
Is Ryan Nugent-Hopkins the one to bring the Oilers to the promised land? Find out in Sportsnet Magazine on newsstands now. Well, they could use an offensive gunner like him. Both of these teams looking for a little bit of offense. The Roughnecks, of course, will go with the extra attacker with only 13.6 seconds to go, so a 6-on-5 to end the first half. You got to think Evans or Shatler might be the shooter for Calgary in a lot of their set plays. Evans, of course, back on. He is fine after going to the net hard. We'll bring out Ranger Resetaritz, Veltman, and Dixon along with Shatler. Edmonton defenders, they will have Cornwall, Mitski, Dilks, Rubish, and Corbeil. Calgary brings it in quickly. Down to 6 seconds. Shatler from the corner across to Evans, shooting. Bold makes the save. Bold's got some time. He's going for the empty net. And it bounces just wide. The buzzer sounded into it. Tonight's broadcast is presented by Homes by Abbey. Better value by design. Entertaining, fast-paced first 30 minutes of lacrosse at the Saddledome in Calgary. The Rush trailing the Roughnecks 3-2. Shots in favor of the visitors, 25-22. And if you're either team right now, Kevin, I think coaches have to be happy with their defense. They really have to be happy with their offense. They've had a lot of great looks, but right now I think it's really been goaltending has been the story thus far. And we will get the thoughts from the head coach of the Calgary Roughnecks as Kayla has head coach Malowski down on the field.
Thanks a lot for that, Jason. I'm with Kurt. Kurt killing a 5-minute major and then having another 2 minutes added to Harnett already in the penalty box. Have you seen something like that before?
You know what? It happens all the time in lacrosse. Johnny deserved that when he banged the glass on Todd. Disrespect the referee, you're going to get a penalty for it. What I don't like is that it's like 4 penalties to nothing, and then one of them is a 5-minute major. So you know, don't say that they're not doing anything out there. We haven't been on the power play yet, but you know what? We're not going to whine about it. We're going to go out and earn it.
What did you like about that 7-minute penalty kill?
Resilience, you know, like we could have started finger pointing, complaining to the referees. We didn't. We just dug down, put our nose to the grindstone, and played roughneck lacrosse. We earned our own breaks, and that's what's key.
Thanks a lot for this, Coach.
You're welcome.
We'll be back right after this with the Western RV halftime show on Sportsnet 1.
Honesty, integrity, service, and trust. We know you want the very best for your family. That's why we share so many of the same values. Because at Western RV, we're family too.
A hand-tossed style pizza for $10? I must have gone back in time.
Nope. Just $10 any day.
New hand-toss style pizza. Delicious Pizza Hut taste. Just $10. Only at Pizza Hut.
Life's short. Have fun. Edmonton's fresh new radio station, 92.5 Fresh FM.
We're going to play your favorite music.
And in between,
We're just going to play.
the new 92.5 Fresh FM.
The Flames Foundation for Life has been giving back to the community for over 3 decades with a focus on health, education, and amateur sports. Recent initiatives include Rotary Flames House, Southern Alberta's first freestanding hospice, Rotary Flames Park at the Ronald McDonald House, recreation rinks in Cranston and Ponoka, the Harley Hotchkiss Scholarship Fund, Flames Community Arenas, and exciting new investments to be announced soon. The Flames Foundation for Life, commitment and dedication on and off the ice. A fine legacy of your Calgary Flames.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you got anything from me, it's to find your thing and do you. Because we all know it's not what you do, it's how you do. And this is how we do.
The halftime show presented by Western RV, where family fun is #1. Proud to support the National Lacrosse League. And welcome back to the Scotiabank Saddledome, where the Calgary Roughnecks and the Edmonton Rush are not tied. They were tied last weekend. The Roughnecks are leading them with a score of 3-2. Now, part of the Roughneck family is the Drill Crew, and they've created quite a name for themselves across North America. The dance team, though, to become part of the dance team is no easy feat.
auditions for the 2013 Drill Crew dance team. We're expecting about 30 girls out tonight. You know, they're going to dance, they're going to do a short combination, maybe ask them some questions, and hopefully narrow it down into a smaller group for our next auditions on Monday. I've been with the team for, this is my 11th season. I've been the director and choreographer for the last 6. We've had lots of girls stick around the team for a long time. It's kind of an older team. Once they start, they can't stop. So, I mean, it's a great way to stay in shape, keep dancing, and kind of get back to the community.
It was very nerve-wracking. I do remember my first time. My friend Michelle, who's also auditioning again, and I auditioned together, and we were both very nervous that one would make it and the other one didn't. And we both got the phone calls one after the other, so that was great. But to be honest, it's more nerve-wracking auditioning each following year. I feel like you have more to prove being a veteran on the team. Confidence. Confidence is so key. You know what? We're looking for performance, for personality. You know, people are going to make mistakes on choreography and routine, but if you can really perform and show that you have that ability, that is huge, especially when performing in front of 10,000 people at each game.
Hi, my name is Ashley Culligan, and I'm here to judge the auditions tonight. I was on the drill crew for about 8 years, judged last season, and then I'm here back to judge this season again. Looking to be entertained, really. The drill crew has a pretty large reputation to live up to, and making sure that they're out there, they can dance, they can do their hair whips and their high kicks, and they've got some style to it.
They'll probably be looking for performance ability, technique, how well you work with the rest of the team, and definitely your enthusiasm, your energy. You want to work up the crowd. Maybe a couple butterflies, but nothing I can't handle.
Try not to think about it, to be honest. Just like practice and practice and practice. And when they get here, I try not to even think that they're here. Just do it as if you were in a game and give it your all. Make sure that you hit the points that need to be hit, basically, and that you're on time and working as a team, because it doesn't really work when you're running your own show out there. So yeah, basically just hit the important spots and be together with the rest of the team. The girls make the team. They're going to be committed basically to, you know, Monday night rehearsals. They're going to have the 8 home games. They're going to have playoffs. There's lots of charity and promotional events around the city as well that we do. We put out a promotional calendar that they're going to be a part of, and lots of promotions in-game and out and about in the community selling the calendar.
This is just the most awesome team ever. I stayed on it for 8 years because it was just more of a family. The organization is fantastic, and you know, it's just time to get out and do what you would like to do.
We'll have more of the Western RV halftime show right after this on Sportsnet 1.
We are late in the third period. This baby still all locked up. Shanko looking for an open man. Blando goes just wide of the net. Look at the fans in here. Who needs seats? Here's Shanko. He finds Lando. Intercepted the basket. Back out to center. Shanko. He shoots. He scores! This house is going crazy, and I have never seen anything quite like it.
Must be legal drinking age.
Over the last 35 years, Homes by Avi has built thousands of homes in Alberta, but they believe that only one home matters: yours. They understand that owning a home is the culmination of dreaming, saving, and careful planning. So they strive to provide superior products and unmatched service. They treat your home like it's the only one being built. For a complete list of their homes and current developments, visit homesbyavi.com. That's homesbyavi.com.
The machine showed me a map of my feet, and it gave me my custom number.
My arches needed more support until I got my number at the free Dr. Scholl's Foot Mapping Center. I'm a believer, and you will be too.
Find your closest foot mapping center at drscholls.ca.
Rear vision camera. Multi-flex seats.
46 highway.
The 2013 GMC Terrain.
Over 100 standard features that make you more capable. That's professional grade. Now get 0% financing for up to 72 months on any 2013 Terrain.
When you have sensitive skin, anything that touches your face can feel like this. Don't let it get to you. Try Mach 3 Sensitive. With 3 high-definition blades, a closer shave in a single stroke. For less irritation, even on sensitive skin. Get closer to the one you love. Gillette Mach 3 Sensitive. Gillette, the best a man can get.
The machine showed me a map of my feet, and it gave me my custom number.
My arches needed more support until I got my number at the free Dr. Scholl's Foot Mapping Center. I'm a believer, and you will be too.
Find your closest foot mapping center at drscholes.ca.
Welcome back to the Scotiabank Saddle Dome and the Western RV Halftime Show here on Sportsnet 1. Now let's take a look at Kyle Rubish of the Rush. But first, Edmonton has teamed up with Booster Juice for the Rush School program.
We are proud to be in partnership with the Edmonton Rush and the Booster Juice program.
We trap it, we bring it to us, and we scoop it through.
We are here today at the Good Shepherd School, and there are a few Rush players here to give a one-on-one with some students that are participating in the Rush School program.
We had a shootout and we had a game. We learned how to pass, got better at scooping the ball, actually doing something instead of just doing work. We love the Edmonton Rush!
The school program is to introduce new kids to the game of lacrosse, plus to keep players that are already in the program on and introduce friends into the program as well. Age groups can start anywhere from 3 years old all the way to 16 years old. Further information can be obtained from the Greater Edmonton Lacrosse Council website, which is www.gelc.ab.ca, for information on what clubs they would register with.
Hi, my name's Kyle Rubish. I play defense, and my number is number 4. My nickname is Rubes. My Twitter handle is @KyleRubes. I'm from Brampton, Ontario. I went to school at Dowling College. I'm 6'2", I weigh 220 pounds. I was drafted by the Boston Blazers in 2010. My favorite food is pizza. Playing for the Rush means everything. It's great playing in front of the best fans in the league. The best thing about seeing the Rush live is the action. My favorite thing about lacrosse is the physicality. What I like best about Edmonton is the fans.
When we come back, we'll get the third quarter underway here at the Scotiabank Saddle Dome on Sportsnet 1.
The Flames Foundation for Life has been giving back to the community for over 3 decades with a focus on health, education, and amateur sports. Recent initiatives include Rotary Flames House, Southern Alberta's first freestanding hospice, Rotary Flames Park at the Ronald McDonald House, recreation rinks in Cranston and Ponoka, the Harley Hotchkiss Scholarship Fund, Flames Community Arenas, and exciting new investments to be announced soon. The Flames Foundation for Life, commitment and dedication on and off the ice. A fine legacy of your Calgary Flames.
It's the Brick's famous Friends and Family Sale. The Sealy Posturepedic Pro Back Pocket Coil with gel memory foam is half price, only $6.99. Or get the Pillow Top half price, only $7.99. Save $600 on the Sealy Posturepedic Special Edition Eurotop Crown Jewel, only $5.99. While quantities last. Clearance mattresses starting as low as $175. Plus, scratch and save up to 50% off on all mattresses. For mattresses, nobody beats the Brick.
A hand-tossed style pizza for $10? I must have gone back in time.
Nope. Just $10 any day.
New hand-toss style pizza. Delicious Pizza Hut taste. Just $10. Only at Pizza Hut.
Life's short. Have fun. Edmonton's fresh new radio station. 92.5 Fresh FM.
We're gonna play your favorite music.
And in between, we're just gonna play the new 92.5 Fresh FM.
Corporal Dwayne Hicks, distress. My unit has suffered immense casualties on LV-426.
In space,
We got Marines dying in there.
they say no one can hear you scream. They were wrong.
Brace for impact! Are you seeing this?
Rated M for mature.
Back live at the Saddle Dome in Calgary, the Edmonton Rush and the Roughnecks. Low-scoring affair, 3-2 Calgary leads. Edmonton got up early 2-0 as Jarrett Davis, the only player thus far, Kevin, who's been able to find the back of the net.
Well, goals haven't come in bunches like they did last game. These teams really had to earn their chances, and it came with good ball movement. A long power play for the Edmonton Rush in that first half, and Jarrett Davis buries one from the outside there, but Calgary answers. They were shut out the first quarter, and they came storming back in this second quarter, led by that acrobatic goal by Dixon with the Cam Newton Superman, and they keep it coming. And this Rush defense didn't really have an answer to the strong ball movement. Both goalies have played extremely well in keeping this first half to only 5 goals.
And Calgary, of course, a short-handed tally here late by Reston Terrence to give them the lead after 30 minutes. And the Edmonton Rush will need a victory to avoid losing their 3rd straight. Calgary still looking for their first home win of the season. They lost 2 at home, then they won 3 straight on the road. As you see the stats, Calgary and Edmonton close in pretty much every category. Not a lot of difference in the face-offs tonight, Kevin, and I guess that's one way to not lose the possession battle, is to not give up a lot of goals.
It definitely takes Snyder out of the game. That's his bread and butter. And Kurt Milosky, what a beauty. You see that interview right before halftime. He mentioned that, of course, his team hasn't had any power plays yet, but of course, he's looking for that. He wants a call to go his way. Such a strong competitor, and this Calgary team, such a well-coached team. And of course, he's yelling at the refs, consistently trying to get a call and try to swing the momentum and get an advantage to get that much-needed power play.
Well, the Edmonton Rush very late coming on the floor to start this second half, Kevin. They might be on the verge of getting a delay of game penalty. They are just making it on the floor now, and you saw the Calgary guys have lined up. Kurt Milosky was screaming at Jeff Snyder to get his stick down, and let's see. But we'll see if the Rush are going to get a penalty or not here, as the referee's trying to blow this one. I know Kayla Spies is trying to catch up with the head coach of the Rush, Derek Keenan. I'm not sure we're going to get to that or not, but here's a break for the Rush as they have a young lad, Caden, who's bringing the ball onto the floor, and so that's actually a big break for Edmonton as they avoid a delay game. I'm not sure what took them so long to come out. Maybe some extra film work. Derek Keenan's got to be happy with his defense, his goaltending, and he's had some really good looks offensively. I think if anything he would be upset with is their inability to connect on some passes when they've had the play set up, Kevin. Corey Small battled a few balls, and then a few times he was wide open and they airmailed it over his head. So I think that's the one thing Keenan will want to look at improving. Is we're set to go in the 3rd quarter. Thompson and Snyder still down on their knees in the sprawl position, trying to battle waiting, and now Thompson moves first, Snyder has it, and then he flips it all the way back into Poulin. And you know your offense is good when your goalie averages more than a point a game. Poulin has 6 assists so far in 5 games this season. Excellent at moving the ball up the floor. Calgary with the first possession. Shatler one-on-one working on LaFontaine. Back to Veltman, quick shot, bounces wide, and that's going to be over and back on the first possession of the second half.
You see Quinlan sprinting down the floor trying to get that loose ball, but of course he's going to get off. He's not a pure offensive player like he was put into the role the first couple of years of the Rush due to lack of depth, and he runs off. And of course his all-time Rush point streak, or point in an Edmonton Rush jersey, in jeopardy here tonight by Ryan Ward.
Ward to Greer. Juggles that ball. Greer now 13 seconds left. Little stutter step working on Carnegie. Forced to go back to Ward. He dropped it, and here comes Harnett. Harnett running the floor. Around Ward. Harnett with some speed coming in, shooting. And Bull makes the save. Rebound. Harnett. And we've got a too many men call on the floor coming up, I think, against the Edmonton Rush, as they were in complete retreat mode, and the defenders a little too anxious getting on the floor. And you see Arnett as he gets stoned, but the Calgary Roughnecks will go on their first man advantage, and they come in with the best power play in the NLL. They are 21 of 33, 63.6%. Excellent ball movement, and the Rush are going to have to try to lock them down. No Dane Doby though. We'll see if that plays a factor. Shatler. Pass off the stick, goes to Evans, to Veltman. Now low to Shatler. Back to Evans. Firing and bold as that one go off his shoulder and out of play. Dixon and Ranger, the other two out there. Hitzke, Corbeil, Dilks, and Rubish to the fence. Veltman. Shatler waiting. Back to Evans. The Shatler shot. Great slide save by Bold. Rebound. Shown by Calgary. Shot clock, lots of time. Veltman and Evans on the outside. Back to Veltman. Now low. Dixon fakes the shot. Back to Veltman. Over to Shatler. Waiting, shooting well wide of the net. Dixon gets it at the restraining line. Down to 13 seconds to Evans. Quick shot. Stopped by Bold. Rebound. Rubish has it. Swim move. Rubish loses it. Corbeil's going to have to hustle now to get across center, and he does. Great work by Corbeil, and then he drops the ball, though. Dixon, good work to strip it. And here comes Calgary again with 50 seconds on the man advantage. Dixon will just slow it down to Evans. Ranger at the top, shooting here. We're going top shelf. That ricochets all the way down the floor. It's a race for it, and it will be over and back and be Edmonton possession.
Good job by this rush penalty kill. A little bit different look. They have Ranger in the hole, which means he's in the middle floating, trying to get that good opening right in the middle of that box. They were really tight brought in there, which made a whole lot of outside shots, and this Roughnecks power play unable to capitalize.
Matthews tonight. 12 seconds on the shot clock. 13 on the man advantage, so look for the Roughnecks to try to kill the final seconds. Small now, going to the lane. Small around McFederick, spinning, shooting, and out to challenge again as Poulin makes the save, no rebound. As Quinlan steps out of the box, and the Roughnecks are 0 for 1. Snyder. Quinlan just falls. Shatler picks it up. Shatler forced back now. Shatler, nice move around. LaFontaine comes in, goes in behind the net. Evans wanted to dunk it, can't. Now they'll try to come out in front. Back to Shatler. Sings it over the head of Ranger and into the Edmonton bench. We've seen a lot of errant passes, surprisingly, for both teams, but quick turnaround by the Rush. And the ref did whistle it in. He's pointing to say, hey, I'll tell you boys when to play.
Slow break. Maybe Calgary gets a little bit of a break there with the slow break. They get all their defenders back out, and they are able to set it up. Looked like Edmonton had a little bit of an opportunity or a little bit of advantage on that fast break to get the odd man opportunity.
Matthews. Hard pass toward in front. Quick stick. Greer and Poulin makes the save. Ball's loose in the corner. Davis comes in on it. Davis trying to go up the wall against Cornwall. Has it. One hand on his stick to Burke, over to Matthews. Matthews, hard shot. Poulin, no rebound again. Holds it, waits, takes that big fishing paddle and just dumps it ahead to the captain, McBride. 3 games shy, and he will then hold the Roughnecks record for most games played at 157. In the middle, spin move, wide open. What a save by Bold. He somehow got back and stoned Ranger, who took that rebound off the backboard. Rubish gets across center. Rubish walking in, he's got a lane! And then he shows his defensive hands and kind of gets stripped, doesn't get a shot away, and back comes Calgary. Quickly, Harnett trots his way to center. We played 4.5 in the third quarter, still 3-2. The rest of Terrence. The corner to Evans, McFederick on the pick and roll. Evans can't get out of his pocket, now he'll try to pull his way in, spins, fires wide of the net. That bounces out, and Dilks has it. Dilks running the floor, he's got a lane. Dilks across the line, waiting, shooting, and Poulin pushes the rebound. Knight scores! Knight, great hand-eye to pick up that rebound and puts it just inside the post for his 5th of the season, and we're tied at 3.
Great play by Curtis Knight to follow up on this play. Looked like it might have been coming back the other way, but great wheels to start that play by Dilks running in, and Curtis Knight just following up the play from his wrong side. A little twister puts it in the bottom left corner to beat Poulin to tie this game at 3.
And Thompson wins the draw cleanly to Corbeil. Corbeil with some speed now, running across the line. Corbeil in, waiting, and he put it over top of the net. Bounces out to center, right to Matthews. Matthews has it, across the line, fires, and Poulin has it. Comes out of him right to his defender, Manning. His pace picks up, and so do the scoring chances here in Calgary. Knotted up at 3. Snyder across the line, firing up. Hard shot, ill-advised, easy save by Gold.
Especially with 18 left on the 30, Snyder just wants to get involved offensively, steps in from the restraining line and lets it go, going back the other way.
Well, Burke on the floor. Quinlan stays out for an offensive shift. Ward in the left corner. Now he circles back. Aaron pass. Well, Small gets it off the boards, though, to Ward. To Burke on the left side. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Burke's going to have to hurry. Now he dumps it off, and Small can't get it away as the shot clock expires. And shots 31-28 in favor of the Rush, but we are knotted up at 3s at the Saddle Dome in Calgary. Here's your watching the NLL Battle of Alberta series presented by Homes by Abbey on Sports.
When you have sensitive skin, anything that touches your face can feel like this. Don't let it get to you. Try Mach 3 Sensitive. With 3 high-definition blades, a closer shave in a single stroke. For less irritation, even on sensitive skin. Get closer to the one you love. Gillette Mach 3 Sensitive. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Hotwire.com knows the secret to an excellent getaway. Get a 4-star hotel at a 2-star price from Hotwire and have extra money for shopping or a night out. When hotels have unsold rooms, they use Hotwire hot rates to fill them, so you get ridiculously low prices backed by our low price guarantee. Like 4 stars in Vancouver, Travelocity published price $210. Hotwire hot rate just $105. Hotwire.com. 4-star hotels, 2-star prices. HOTWIRE, Hotwire.com. Save big on car rentals too from $12.95 a day.
When you have sensitive skin, anything that touches your face can feel like this. Don't let it get to you. Try Mach 3 Sensitive. With 3 high-definition blades, a closer shave in a single stroke. For less irritation, even on sensitive skin. Get closer to the one you love. Gillette Mach 3 Sensitive. Gillette, the best a man can get.
A software genius and an ex-CIA operative work together to prevent violent crimes before they can happen. Person of interest on City, Thursdays at 9 p.m. Jason Greger, Kevin Howard with you back at Saddle Dome. And there's Aaron Bold. Kevin, a complete reversal for him after he struggled a week ago.
Great bounce back effort for him. Little shaky the past couple of games, and he's been yanked a couple times by Coach Keenan, and he had to have a big effort here tonight. And here's some saves from last game. This Calgary offense was just peppering them. Sorry, this is from tonight's game, and he's really stood tall in keeping this high-powered Calgary offense to only 3 goals here tonight.
Well, it's been a battle of goaltending. You look at it, 3 goals apiece, shots pretty much even. He has faced 2 fewer shots than Poulin, and that was his best save. He just got his paddle on it. Great work by the boys in the camera truck to pick up that one. As a phenomenal save by Bold. Him and Poulin have been battling it right now to see which one of them will get that General Tire Player of the Game that you can text fan choice to 212121. Roughnecks back in possession. 8:50 to go in the third quarter. Shatler spinning, drops it, picks it back up quickly. Very quick player on the floor. Shatler back development, heavy shot, and he put that one off the goalpost. Out to center, Shatler gets on it. Sends it across the floor to Ranger. Into the corner, Evans. Cornwall switches, comes to him. Evans dumps it back. Dixon shot. Goes through Bold. It goes into the corner. And it's picked up. Cornwall and Corbeil battling up against Evans. They take Evans to the floor, but it's picked up by Dixon. Dixon coming out of the corner from a sharp angle. It's in the crease, and it will be possession Edmonton. Remind you for that fan text choice, you text fan choice along with your selection for the General Tire Player of the Game. Text it to 212121. The Player of the Game, sponsored by General Tire. As the Rush turn it over, and back come the Roughnecks. Snyder across the line, around the defense. Snyder from a sharp angle, blocked. Rebound controlled by Edmonton. Then Cudmore makes a rookie mistake and just tries to bowl over the defender Henry loses the ball, and it's back to Calgary. Haskis just backpedaling, waiting for some offensive help. Cornwall in a rare offensive shift out there with Shatler. Once again, no Dane Doby for Calgary tonight. Resetaris shot, easy save, bold, no rebound. And haven't seen many rebounds by either goalie tonight, Kevin. Excellent ball control as they force it to LaFontaine to center. LaFontaine in the neutral zone, spinning his Ward. Off the bench comes Greer. Greer to Matthews. Matthews over to LaFontaine, fakes the shot, now coming to the net from a sharp angle, and Poulin holds his ground as LaFontaine goes down in a heap behind the net. They push it up the floor to center McRae. Backpedaling across the line to Evans. Evans on his wrong side. Mitski pushes him in behind the net, takes him to the boards. Evans spins off of it, fends him off. Penalty coming up as Evans just one-hands it in. And smart play by Evans. He takes his hand off the stick and Mitski grabs him, and it's a holding call, an easy call for the referees, and the Roughnecks will go on their second straight power play.
Good things happen when you drive the net. Here's Evans going to the net hard. Spins Mitski, a great defender, and he just locks down in his arms. Hold and prevents Evans from going around looking to drive in that maybe dive across. Always dangerous around the net, Evans, and he stops him. Looks like Mitski's going to sit down for two, and we're going to have another look at this Calgary power play.
Ranger, Veltman, Shatler, Evans, and Dixon. Evans back to Ranger. Got a lane shot, bold slides, makes the save. Rebound though, picked up by Calgary. We're gonna have a penalty to Calgary. Dilks got cross-checked. And no argument here as Ranger goes to the box. Sprints literally right to the penalty bench. Cross-checking call, so that'll negate the power play. Calgary's 0 for 2. And we'll play 4-on-4 for a minute and 44.
Here you see Dilks going up for that loose ball off the boards, and Ranger cross-checking him right in the ear. That's a very easy call for Stripes to make, and we're gonna play some 4-on-4 lacrosse for a minute 40.
Burke, the rookie on the floor, to Small with Matthews. Small stumbles, gets it to Davis. Davis, 2 of the 3 goals tonight. Makes the pass, loses it, back to Small. Down to 10 seconds in the shot clock. And now we got a penalty coming up. And I think Davis, we're gonna have a holding call against the Rush in the neutral zone. And now suddenly it's a parade to the penalty bench.
Usually as an offensive player, you love the 4-on-4. It spreads the floor, and you have a 2-man game going on both sides. And Derek Davis just got called for the hold. 2-minute call. Basically, he was just caught up at the top, and he had a better hold on Harnett's stick than he did, and he throws it to the turf, and that's an easy one for the ref to call as well.
4-on-3, lots of move, a huge advantage here for the Roughnecks. Dixon makes a shot, Veltman drops the ball, now a race for it. Dilks hammered it, strips it again, and Veltman has to regroup with 10 seconds in the shot clock. Veltman quickly across the line. Dixon walking in, firing it, Bold makes the save, Rubish quickly on that rebound. And Corbeil with a huge hit. And now Rubish, long pass to Dilks, he's got it! Walking in, scores! Dilks on a phenomenal pass from Kyle Rubish after Corbeil had laid out Evans. Short-handed tally in the Rush take the lead.
Great bury by Ryan Dilks on the breakaway, and like you said, a good heads-up play by Rubish to create that offense and throw it. He just sprints down the floor, good pump high, gets Poulin diving off to the side to open up the yawning 5-hole, and he buries it for a short-handed tally for the Edmonton Rush.
Thompson and Snyder. Snyder had it, stripped out of his pocket, now he gets it back. And the Roughnecks still on the man advantage for another 40 seconds. Evans, down low, Resetaris, and Evans back to Veltman behind the back. Shatler pass, misses him into the corner, rolls, but it's picked up by Veltman. Back to Evans shot, and you see Bold's confidence. He's way out at the top of the crease to challenge. He'll hold it. Now he's got Greer through the middle. Greer picks it up, he's hit. Greer stumbles, gets back. Greer, swim move, loose ball. But Evans, great speed to get to it. He brings it back up the floor. Evans coming off the bench. Around the defender. Crosses it. And it's deflected. Shatler couldn't get a clean shot away as we're back 4-on-4 for a brief time. pass just was wide open. The pass missed him, but Shatler gets it back. Mitski's on his hands quickly. Shatler's shot just misses on the short side. Evans gets it. Calgary will have another power play in 3 seconds for 20 seconds. Dixon working on Cole. Comes to the middle, spinning. Misses on the short side. And it's going to be a shot clock violation against the Roughnecks. So the Rush, not only do they kill off the 4-on-3, they score a shorthanded goal, and suddenly they have the lead late in the third quarter here on Sportsnet. You are watching the NLL.
Life's short. Have fun. Edmonton's fresh new radio station, 92.5 Fresh FM. We're going to play your favorite music. And in between, we're just going to play the new 92.5 Fresh FM.
Honesty, integrity, service, and trust. We know you want the very best for your family. That's why we share so many of the same values. Because at Western RV, we're family too.
Over the last 35 years, Homes by Avi has built thousands of homes in Alberta, but they believe that only one home matters, yours. They understand that owning a home is the culmination of dreaming, saving, and careful planning. So they strive to provide superior products and unmatched service. They treat your home like it's the only one being built. For a complete list of their homes and current developments, visit homesbyavi.com. That's homesbyavi.com.
Welcome back to the Scotiabank Saddledome. I'm joined by Jeremy Thompson of the Rush. Jeremy, you've been facing off against Jeff Snyder in the face-off circle. No easy task, but you've been making him work hard in the last few games. The face-off circle is almost a game within a game. So what's your strategy going up against a guy like Snyder?
I don't take anything away from Snyder. He's a great face-off guy, great lacrosse player, and that's the best thing about lacrosse is going up against the best. And I put it in my mind. I just try to go 110%. Tough as nails. I got to give it to him as a good player, and at the same time I got to go, set a mind frame for myself, and try to do the best I can.
Thanks a lot for this.
Thank you.
Jason, back to you.
Thompson, a very good offseason acquisition, Kevin, and the Edmonton Rush, that shorthanded goal. You see the replay. Give me your thoughts on Corbeil here.
Well, you see one, two, three, and just a hard pick, and that was a moving pick. Corbeil stepped into him, and that allowed Rubish to find the streaking Dilk shorthanded to pull ahead in this game. Maybe Edmonton definitely got away with one, in my opinion, but the refs missed that one. They've been calling a great game all night, and big break for the Edmonton Rush.
And what a horrible play by the Edmonton Rush. They turn it over with no goalie in, and they give Calgary an empty net goal. Awful execution.
Mental breakdown by this Edmonton team. Aaron Bold was coming to the bench, and a good heads-up play by Carnegie. Good strip. Zach Greer's got to control that ball a little better, but great strip by Curtis Dixon. You've got to protect the ball, and Bold was unaware of that. You got to have trust in your players like Zach Greer, and he cannot get stripped. Good heads-up play, and even better turnover by Carnegie, and he ties this game at 4.
Oh, the defensive players getting into the offense as we have a flurry of goals. Up to 4-4 now. Rush and the Roughnecks. Excellent affair tonight on Sportsnet. Ward spins off to Knight. Climbs the ladder to take that pass down. Knight holds it, spins it. Nice move. Oh, they're going to give Ward the moving pick there. Wow, Carnegie's in alone behind the defense. They give it to him. Waiting backhander, and he puts it well wide of the net. And Snyder gobbles it up quickly. Mitski on his hands. Mitski hacking, whacking, forcing Snyder behind the net. Snyder, nice behind the back pass to Shatler. Phase of players. Shatler gets it outside the line. Shatler around the defender. Shatler coming in, and he switches hands, misses the net. Ball rolls to Cornwall, and he's got it for Edmonton. Ryan Dilks is having himself a heck of a game for Edmonton. Cornwall, nice pass to Greer, waits, shooting, and he put it just wide. Penalty coming up to Calgary as they touch it. And you see Zach Greer trying to redeem himself. Greer, usually the most sure-handed guy. You got to give Dixon a lot of credit on that play. And you see the rebound, but Greer will tell you there's no way he should let that one get stripped when there's no goal.
Zach Greer, yeah, well, one of the best guys in the league at ball control, but hats off to Curtis Dixon to strip him. And here we see this Edmonton Rush power play go back to work.
1 for 4 on the night for Edmonton. Come in 4th in the league, Greer to Ward. Down low, Davis back to Ward, over to Matthews, fakes the shot. Gets it to Ward, behind the back, Davis to Greer, and what a setup. Great passing by Edmonton and a better save by Poulin. Matthews will settle it down again. Makes the pass, then goes to Ward. Greer gets it off glass, beats the defender, Davis. Davis back to Matthews, fires and Poulin slides, makes a stop. Matthews gets it again. Matthews down in the crease, small to Ward, walking in around the defender. Tiptoes around the crease, doesn't step on it. Back to Davis, to Matthews. Small shot, rebound, he picks it up again. And then he lost it momentarily. Calgary has it, now it's a race for the ball. Who's gonna get to it? Calgary's got it, Manning away from Small. And Small with the pressure, forces him to bounce one in, and Bold quickly ahead to Davis. Davis, if he hurries, they got a 3-on-2. Davis coming in, walking, waiting, scores! Jared Davis, 3rd of the night. Power play goal, and the Rush take the lead.
Jared Davis continues his strong play. Fast break on the power play, something you don't see too often. And that's Aaron Bold picking up that ball and starting that fast break. Jared Davis on a 3-on-2, looking off the 2 wingers and just pumping it short side underneath the glove of Poulin.
Bold with the lone assist, a great play by Bold. The ball's loose in the neutral zone. Shatler avoiding a hack from Quinlan. McBride. Dixon with under 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Dixon. Back to Shatler, shot off the goalpost. Rebound, Shatler trying to spin and get it, and couldn't. Corbeil again on it. Hard to pick out many defenders. Had a bad game tonight as there's an errant pass off the stick of LaFontaine at center, and Harnett gets it for Edmonton. Harnett quickly goes to the bench as he flips it off. The Ranger in the corner, Evans. Looking for a cutting Ranger over his head. Ball's loose. Calgary comes up with it. Haskins in behind the net. Evans gonna try the wraparound. One hand on his stick, spinning. Doesn't shoot it. He's gonna go again. Corbeil sticks with him. Great battle. Evans, Corbeil scores! And Evans, excellent second effort, beats Bold, and we're locked up at 5.
Incredible solo effort by Evans. Looked like Dean Youngblood there, circling around the net, goes one way, goes all the way around the horn, with Corbeil hacking, whacking, slashing him, and just outruns him and puts it by a snoozing Aaron Bold, just tucks it in far side. Great goal by Evans to tie this game at 5.
Snyder had it, ball was hacked out, but it goes right to Manning, and Shatler has it. That's the 16th goal of the season by Evans already. There's Dixon coming in quickly. Dixon shooting. Bold makes the save. Pascas with the lone helper on that marker. Locked up at 5. A flurry of goals here in the last 4 minutes. Dixon again takes the shot. Under 30 seconds to go on the crease. A backhander over top of the net. 13 seconds now on the shot clock. Resetarits gets to it. Waiting, shooting, misses the net. The far side. Shatler though has it, walking in, firing his shot, blocked by Mitski. Great stick by Mitski, picks it up. Mitski and Edmonton have 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Mitski running to half, protecting it from Dixon, and Dixon does again what he did to Greer, strips it. Mitski has it, and he's rocked as the buzzer sounds to end an entertaining third quarter. Shots, Calgary now favors them 42-37.
The NLL Battle of Alberta Lacrosse Series is presented by Homes by Abbey. Better value by design.
Excellent battle. 15 minutes remaining. Rush and the Roughnecks locked up at 5 in the Saddle Dome in Calgary. You are watching the NLL presented by Homes by Abbey on Sportsnet.
It's so important to make someone happy. Make just one heart-to-heart you sing to one smile that cheers you. one face that lights when it nears you, and you will be happy too.
Hotwire.com knows the secret to an excellent getaway. Get a 4-star hotel at a 2-star price from Hotwire and have extra money for shopping or a night out. When hotels have unsold rooms, they use Hotwire hot rates to fill them, so you get ridiculously low prices backed by our low price guarantee. Like 4 stars in Vancouver, Travelocity published price $210. Hotwire hot rate just $105. Hotwire.com. 4-star hotels, 2-star prices.
HOTWIRE, Hotwire.com.
Save big on car rentals too from $12.95 a day.
When you have sensitive skin, anything that touches your face can feel like this. Don't let it get to you. Try Mach 3 Sensitive. With 3 high-definition blades, a closer shave in a single stroke. For less irritation, even on sensitive skin. Get closer to the one you love. Gillette Mach 3 Sensitive. Gillette, the best a man can get.
The fourth quarter is brought to you by All-Star RV, a fun place to be. Proud sponsor of the National Lacrosse League. You see these stats through 45-minute shots favor Calgary now 42-37, Kevin, and the power plays a big factor.
Well, there haven't been a whole lot of penalties called, but again, this Rush offense, this power play needed to wake up, and they have. They buried 2 of 5 chances. They had that 7-minute opportunity in the first half. They managed to just bury 1, and Kurt Malawski's group did get three power play opportunities since the half, and they managed to bury 1. And of course, face-offs and loose balls, really, Snyder has been taken out of the equation here because there just hasn't been that many draws. Look for him to dominate this one. Jeremy Thompson, a great player, great acquisition by the Edmonton Rush, is doing everything he can to kind of neutralize that, but Snyder is just way too dominant and just what a great weapon for this Calgary team.
Snyder wins it, but he just blindly turns it over. The Quinlan has a breakaway, walking in, firing, and he just goes wide of the net. And then Quinlan stepped through the crease. Not sure why the whistle blew, but Calgary gets it back. Dixon quickly across the line with some speed. Dixon engages the defender, backpedal, scores! Curtis Dixon rips one short side, and the Roughnecks take the lead.
Curtis Dixon gets that ball on a slow break and a big-time fake. He steps into one, basically freezes everyone, takes a step back and lets it go. Here you see Jimmy Quillen on that breakaway, thinks he has a goal, steps through the crease, all of a sudden the whistle goal the other way. Odd man break for the Calgary Roughnecks, and Dixon steps into one, beats Bold, napping again.
And the Roughnecks control it. With Dixon now with 13 goals on the season. Dixon, hot hand in the corner with Cornwall on him. Dixon trying to spin, he loses it, gets it back. Down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. Cornwall still pressure, but he gets it to Shatler. Walks in on Davis, Shatler, spinning, dumps it back. Veltman over to Evans. Evans loses it, and now Mitski will run it. Mitski's got it across the line. Mitski coming in, dumps it over to Cornwall, pushes it, quick shot by Davis and a nice leg save, and back comes Calgary. Quickly pushing the floor off the bench, Shatler to McFedridge around the defender, shooting, Bold, spinning, and he's got it. He'll slow it down, crowd really getting into it here. You see the replay, Bold had it, just squirt through, but not really close to scoring. As Greer on the boards, look for Greer and Matthews. They got to get going offensively here for Edmonton. Small, down low, across the floor, pass intercepted, nice play. And here comes Harnett, and that easily should have been a holding call. The Rush got away with one. Harnett had his jersey pulled. He is furious, but John LaFontaine, a savvy move to get that one out of the eyes of the official. That was an obvious call, a break for Edmonton. Understand the frustration for Calgary. Here's Ranger. Down the left side, Corbeil quickly on him. Ranger stops, starts again. 1 second in the shot clock, and they miss the net. And the ball goes to Edmonton. Corbeil, he'll pick it up. Controls it. Big whistle play in. Bounce pass to Zach Greer.
Greer, hesitation, move through the middle to Burke. Waits, fires over top of the net. Rebound, Matthews has it behind the back pass tonight. Just missed it, but Davis gets it back for Edmonton. To Matthews. Matthews across the line, stripped of the ball, then Davis is rocked. That's going to be a penalty. Greer gets it spinning, misses the net. Rebound, and that'll be a shot clock violation as Manning doesn't like the call. Hebner, and you can see the Calgary defenders are irate because the one holding call they missed. And now this penalty to Manning, which was a penalty, but I do understand their frustration.
Well, the Stripes did miss that one very clearly, and they call that one in the cross-check. Arm goes up right away, and the 10,000 fans here at the Calgary Saddledome show their displeasure to that. And of course, this is why they're so upset. Here you see Ryan Ward running back, handful of jersey. Basically, like a good hooking call, lets his defenders catch up, but he pulled them back a good 2 feet there. Good, wily veteran move by Ryan Ward, and clearly got away with one. And of course, the fans here and the Roughneck defenders have a clear reason to be upset with that call.
Well, the Rush 2 for 5, looking to go 3 for 6 and tie this game at 6. Matthews, the Ward walking in, fires, and that one hits Poulin up high. Rebound. Matthews, a heavy shot, rebound again, picked up Davis. Tried the wrap around, then elects not to, goes back to Small. Small, pass off a stick, Ward gets it back. Lots of time on the shot clock, down to 20. Davis to Ward, back to Matthews. Errant pass over the stick of Davis. Davis then pushed into the boards, that's a push in the back. And the Rush will get new 30-second shot clock. Evans firing and Poulin out to save. And Poulin's got Mark Matthews' number right now.
And Mark Matthews looking tired after he lets that go. Puts his head down. Looks like he was just going to trot off the bench, but he knows his responsibility is to get back and stop that fast break.
And you see the push in the back there. Obvious call, and we see Poulin's down on the floor. I think might have stretched his groin there, and that's kind of a dangerous play by Carnegie. Davis was already in the process of falling forward. You see that road hockey style opportunity save by Poulin. Not sure if he tweaked his knee or anything, but you saw him hold on to something right away, call it to the referee. But he's up, he's okay, and we will play 4-on-5 Calgary. They've already got a shorthanded goal tonight. Each team actually has a shorthanded marker. So Calgary very dangerous now. They've got 8 shorties on the season. Dixon just outside the line. Killing time. One Rush defender on him. That's Dilks. Now Dixon gets a lane. Dilks comes back on his hands. Dixon spin moves. Works around. Good switch now. Minsky comes in. Dixon stripped as he tried to dive, and then Thompson picks it up, and Thompson with some speed, he'll run the floor. Punches it ahead to Davis. 45 seconds remaining on the man advantage, and the Rush will bring their 5 out again. Greer, Ward, Matthews, and Small with Davis. Greer and Matthews, now they work it over to Ward. Play a little give and go. Now they'll move. Matthews over to Greer, passes in his hands, he couldn't control it. And Calgary has it. Poulin up ahead to McRae. McRae across the line, down low in front. Evans, great recovery by Jarrett Toll to knock that pass away, and the Rush, if they hurry, will have one more chance to set up with the man advantage. Down to 10 seconds. Small takes it to the far side. They gotta hurry down to 7. Small to Matthews. And power play is over, so they'll play 5-on-5. Matthews firing, and Poulin makes the save. Greer then one-hands it, gets to that loose ball. Davis has it for Edmonton. Davis sinks it to Small. Small looking for a cutter. Now he dumps it off. Greer waiting over the shoulder. He put it off the goal post. Greer then hit by Schneider. Ball's on the turf. And Calgary shovels it ahead, and Schneider has it. Schneider running across the line. Schneider engages Thompson. Thompson stays on his hands. Thompson very speedy, hard to beat one-on-one. Schneider, stutter step waiting, protecting it from Dilks. Flips it back to Pascas. Off the bench, Dixon. Dixon through the middle. Avoids a few defenders, spinning, waiting, firing, scores! Curtis Dixon with the hot stick, his second straight, and Calgary has a 2-goal lead.
Dixon, great fadeaway shot, taking charge of this Calgary Roughneck offense. Basically just taking a nice slow break off the bench. Runs past Jimmy Quinlan, has 3 defenders all over him, and just a fadeaway rocket to the top shelf to beat Aaron Bold to restore this 2-goal lead.
Hebner and Toll get set on the draw. Hebner, and he bounces it back to himself. And Roughnecks with the possession. Shatler to Evans. Paskish and Snyder with the helpers. There's Shatler on the right side. Shatler's gone away, comes to the net, and Bold sticks right with him. Holds onto it, and it will be Edmonton possession when we return. They got to regroup. They're down by 2, the biggest lead of the game. Roughnecks 7-5 on Sportsnet 1.
Welcome back to the Scotiabank Saddle Dome. Now the NLL Battle of Alberta Lacrosse Series is presented by Homes by Abbey, and I'm joined by Christian from Homes by Abbey. Christian, this is not just the regular friendly competition, there's some money on the line.
Right. So first of all, the atmosphere in here is just incredible. So what we have is offices in Calgary and Edmonton, so we thought that Homes by Abbey would do a fun, exciting contest between the two cities to get everyone engaged. So that's why we sponsored the Battle of Alberta. We also want to challenge the fans out there, the Roughneck fans, the Rush fans, to submit their craziest fan photos to homesbyabbey.com. And also, the losing city has to donate to the winning city's kids sport charity. So it's a great promotion.
That is a great promotion, a lot of fan involvement. Thanks a lot for this, Christian.
Thanks very much.
Jason, back to you.
And here's our smash of the game, brought to you by Crystal Glass, as John Harnett lowered the boom on Brent Minsky late in the third quarter.
Here you see Brent Minsky fishing for the ball, having a real tough time scooping up, and John Harnett lowers the boom for the Crystal Glass hit of the game.
And the Rush with possession, trailing 7-5, 9:15 to go. Small. Now he'll throw it back in the neutral zone to Ward. Ward waiting for a pick and roll. Now he'll flip it to Matthews. Matthews, a move around, coming in, scores! Mark Matthews picks the top corner, and finally Betters Poulin. Been looking for that shot all night. He got it, and the Rush are within 1.
Great individual effort by Mark Matthews. We haven't seen this style of game from him. He's been happy to shoot it from the outside, but here's just a stutter step on Carnegie. Decides to take it to the hole and puts it over the far side corner of Poulin to pull within 1.
Oh, his 11th of the season, and off the draw, Schneider procedure. So the Rush have it quickly off the bench. Ward, fake it, shooting, and Poulin stones him, and then Ward's pushed into the crease. They'll call it a crease violation against Ward, and it will be Calgary possession. Shots even at 46. Great goaltending both ends, and a great game all around. 7-6 Calgary leads. Rest of Terrence. The Paskins. Shatler, no Dane Doby again for Calgary tonight. Shatler across the crease and intercepted nicely by LaFontaine, and he'll run the floor for Edmonton. LaFontaine slows it down as he reaches to the restraining line. Low pass to Burke. Burke back to Matthews. See if he starts feeling it now. Matthews dumps it. LaFontaine had a lane, and he just dropped the pass. Rolls to Poulin, who then bounces it ahead to Harnett. John Harnett to Ranger. Two sets of brothers on this Calgary team, something very rare in pro sports. Shatler back to Ranger. To Evans. Evans pass. Dixon holds off the hit, gets it back. Now Evans going in, shooting, looking for that repeat of the last goal, but this time stopped, and now Dixon's going to get a penalty as he tried to cross-check Thompson. Thompson fends it off, runs the floor, sings it to Ward. Ward through the lane. Extra attacker coming on for Edmonton, as they will have the extra attacker now. Looking to tie this game up. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Now Matthews over to Ward. Ward walking in, back to Matthews. Down low, waiting. Couldn't shoot it. Back to Burke, and he dropped it. Matthews won't get a shot away as the buzzer sounds, and the Rush will be going back on the man advantage via cross-checking call. Here was the shot by Dixon. Now you see it right there.
Basically, in lacrosse, you're fair game anywhere from the hip to the shoulder, and it looks like on the turnover, Dixon basically just cross-checked him right on the thigh as Thompson was doing a little transition, turning it up floor and creating some offense.
So the Rush back on the man advantage. They're 2 for 6. Ward down low in the crease. Wide open was Knight, doesn't shoot it, back toward Matthews. And that's Small doesn't like the call, but it'll be a moving pick. And remind you, Sportsnet 960 fans, Monday to Friday, 6 to 10 a.m. Boomer, Reft, and Walker talk Flames hockey every weekday morning. They'd be talking about this holding call that will just negate the power play for the Edmonton Rush. As you see it coming off the bench, and Rubish going to say got his loose hand on Pascas, so we will play 4-on-4 for a minute 34.
Tough call. Rubish doesn't like him looking up at the big screen to see the play, but that is a good call. You see that free hand on the back. You got to have two hands on your stick as a defender, and he's got to be a little bit more solid, not square up and play good solid D. Lazy penalty by Rubish, and then we'll see some 4-on-4 lacrosse.
Evans trying to work into the middle. Corbeil fends him off. Now they get it to Pascas. That shot knocked out of his stick just as he lets it go out of play. It'll be Edmonton ball. Great defense again. Corbeil right to the middle of the floor. Want to force the shot. He does have one goal. It's a shorthanded marker this year. Ward comes on with Knight and Matthews 4-on-4. Ward now to the net. Got a lane, but he just got it off the end of his pocket. Put it over top of the net. Snyder picks it up. And Snyder now with some speed. Trudges through the middle of the floor, up to the line. Snyder fires way over top of the net. Rebound, Thompson has it. And Thompson now with some speed up against Schattler. Two fast guys. Thompson around him, walking in, and Poulin makes the save. Cornwall sprints to get that rebound. Good work by Edmonton. They have it. 36 seconds of 4-on-4. We'll slow it in the neutral zone. Knight, Burke, Ward, and Greer. Now Burke. Greer makes the shot, goes to the lane to Burke, firing, and he ripped it wide over the net, and then Small couldn't get it. Now here's a race to the loose ball. Bold, and he's going to let it roll into him. McFedrich couldn't get to it, and it will be Calgary possession.
All sorts of speed on the field here tonight. These guys have to be getting tired. It was a track meet to start the game, and we're seeing a lot more of this back and forth action.
Now Evans right out of the corner, he stepped in the crease. Edmonton, I don't think they were expecting him to make that play, but Bold held his ground. Wouldn't have counted anyway. It was a crease violation as Corbeil comes back. Rusher shorthanded now for the next 24 seconds. 18 on the shot clock. It's about 3 seconds difference. So look for the Rush to probably hold this late. Be an abbreviated power play for Calgary. Matthews, he'll just hold it. Now he'll go around McRae. Firing shot, blocked. Rebound picked up by Calgary. Dixon's wide open behind the defense. He's got a breakaway, walking in, shooting, scores, no goal. No goal. They're going to say crease violation, and back comes Edmonton.
And Kurt Malowski's got the challenge flag in hand. He's just waiting for the replay on the Jumbotron. See if he gets it.
Now we've got a stoppage. We got a penalty. Not sure what the call is. Rubish coming back in. Here's the replay. We see Dixon walking in. Now he's clearly in the crease. That's a no-brainer. Now Rubish was out of the box. Are you going to say wow, Kurt Malowski just threw the challenge flag. He might regret that one. And I think they might have said Rubish left the penalty bench a few seconds early, but Calgary has challenged this call.
Well, the entire Calgary bench was looking up at the Jumbotron waiting for some sort of call. And of course, they did not get it, which is why we see that challenge flag from Malowski. he throws it not having seen that call. So we've got 20 seconds after the actual goal goes in. We saw the replay very quickly, and it looked like his entire foot was clearly across the line. So of course they will have a look at it and see if the ball crossed before it stepped down. But from all we can tell, it should be no goal.
Hermalowski is looking at the shot clock, so we will take a quick break. When we return, we'll sort it out. There's the replay. Dixon clearly in the crease. We'll sort it out right after this on Sports.
Well, we meet at last.
For the very last.
Dude! Troy, I'm falling for you.
Whoa, guys! With Optic TV, one PVR lets you record your favorite shows and watch them on any TV in the house. Thanks a lot.
Can't believe this happened. You know what I mean?
Hey, the game got leaked.
Take it easy, all right? It wasn't me. We're ramping up our network security all around. It's technical stuff.
Yeah, as in we technically need to make sure every phone is at least up to the same security levels as a GS3 and Note 2.
I don't need to play games. I got game.
You don't got this game. Where'd you get that? I got it from Dave.
Dave?
When someone tells you to keep something on the DL, what do you think that means?
Works securely on the Galaxy Note 2 with safe technology.
Return for 4:54 remaining in the game story. It's been a heck of a battle, Kevin.
Well, both goalies standing on their heads, making some phenomenal saves out there. A much different game than we saw last week. 33 goals in the game last week and only 13 tonight. Hats off to the defense, and hats off for Jared Davis for the hat trick and Dixon for Calgary the hat trick, both leading their teams in this low-scoring affair. Both of them have 3 on the night.
And a lot of their goals have been goal-scorer goals just off the goal post. Really no chance for either tender. You see Davis, he had his 3 first, and then Dixon has come back. He opened up the scoring for Calgary in that great diving solo effort. And here, he just unloaded 2 heavy shots in the fourth quarter to pick up his 14th goal of the season now for the Calgary Roughnecks. And they've sorted it out. Was no goal. Also, Rubish left the penalty bench early, so they will reset the clock, and Small will have it. Now Rubish has 4 seconds remaining. He's out, so we're back to 5-on-5. As Rubish sprints quickly to the bench, and now Ward comes on for Edmonton. Scoops it off the shoelaces, comes in, looking for a pick, leaves it off the wall to Matthews. Matthews, swim move coming in, Matthews right in, and he tried to dip and dunk it, and he just put it over. Such a long reach, can make moves that few players can.
I'm not sure if it's Matthews' wind or his shape, but when he decides to turn it on, he is such a dominant player in this league. He just needs to get that fire and go to the net a little bit more. It'll make everyone around him that much more dangerous.
Askus to Ranger. Ranger down low, back to Dixon, and he missed the pass. Now it's a loose ball race, but Dixon gets to it first to Shatler. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Shatler around Rubish, stumbling right in front, shooting. What a save, moment, rebound. Another stop by Bold as he robbed Pascus twice. Aaron Bold has been stellar tonight, as you see the cat-like reflexes not once, but also twice on the backhand. Quinlan tonight. Ward trying to get some space in pressure. Now Ward will dump it back to Davis. Throws it over to Small. Small. Shoot it back to Davis to Small. Shot clock is stuck. Down low to Greer. Greer, sharp angle shot. Now they'll reset it. Head to McBride at center. 3:23 to go. Calgary leading by 1. 7-6. Score does not reflect how entertaining this game has been. Evans working on Thompson. Evans waiting for a pick. Goes across. Shatler scores! Shatler bounces one by Bold off the goalpost to restore the 2-goal lead.
Well-placed shot by Jeff Shatler. Bouncer beats Bold, far side, and a good drive the net. Hard effort by Evans, just putting it over, swinging it to that far side where Shatler was waiting for it, and he placed that in the top corner, the bounce shot, and then climbs the glass to celebrate his 9th goal of the year.
Off the face-off, ball's loose in front of the Rush bench, and they're going to say Rush ball. Hebner put it off his pocket into the bench. Will the Rush clock becoming a factor now, down by 2 with 3 minutes to go. As the Rush moving on the outside, Small dumps it back to Matthews, quickly down low to Ward. Back to Matthews, waiting, scores! Tick-tack goal for the Rush, and they're within 1.
Matthews is heating up, his second goal in a row in this fourth quarter, and he's just got that fire, decides to go to the net and follow it up. A great pass by Ward to find him streaking. Great cut through the middle, and he has Mike Poulin dancing to pull within 1.
Oh, back and forth we go in Calgary. Thompson and Snyder engage, and Snyder wins another key draw for Calgary. Edmonton's won quite a few more, though, in the second half. Snyder stays on. He'll quick pass it down low to Dixon. Cornwall comes on his hands quickly. Bounce pass. Cornwall from Calgary dropped it. Leaves it for Shatler. Shatler out to Dixon. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Dixon back to Evans. Evans trying to draw a penalty. He says he's down, and the refs aren't going to call it. And I think Evans is fine. He's up now. Now what's the ball back here? There was no original call.
Well, I'm not too sure that is a penalty. Thompson goes to cross-check him, gets him in the shoulder, but it looks like his entire shoulder pads moved, and it did look like his stick did sneak up underneath the jersey, but I think it did hit him in the ear. He does have right to complain, but I think Thompson started low and his whole shoulder pads shifted.
Well, 5-on-5, 2:05 to go, 8-7 Calgary. Knight, back to Ward, over to Small. Small, waiting, he's got a lane, firing, just bounced it off this leg. Remind you, all weekend you can watch Alberta, Manitoba, and Ontario's men's provincial curling championships and see who will earn the honor to represent their province on the national stage at the Brier all weekend on Sportsnet. The Rush with a new 30-second shot clock. No stick in the hand of one Calgary defender. We'll see if they take advantage. Small on the right board. You got to get it across on that left side. Through the middle, waiting, firing, easy stop, rebound picked up by Ward. Carnegie still no stick, another shot, they score! Ryan Ward bounces one over Poulin to tie this game at 8 with 1:30 to go.
Unbelievable shot by Ryan Ward, twists one in, he comes around that pick, looks like a broken play, and just throws it. Little twister, it took a weird spin off the carpet and came back. Not much Poulin can do. That's an incredible shot to find just inside the post to tie this game at 8. Ryan Ward, his 10th goal of the season.
1:29 to go. Snyder wins another draw. To Carnegie, to Shatler. They're going to say, was that over and back? They're going to say against Calgary, so the Rush have it. And with that goal, Ryan Ward becomes the all-time leader in Edmonton Rush scoring history. LaFontaine strip, but takes an Edmonton bounce to Greer. Greer to Small. Small through a screen, blocked, gets it off the boards. Small waiting in front to a cutting Davis off his stick. Then Davis loses his stick, ball's loose, in behind the net, and it's picked up by Calgary. Snyder. Pass up to Harnett at center. As it just gets across. So we are down under a minute to go. Tied at 8. Rush and the Roughnecks. Dixon coming across the line, firing, scores! And Aaron Bold looks up in disgust because he whipped on that one as Dixon picture perfect shot through the 5-hole.
And Curtis Dixon
can't take his eyes off the score clock, trying to see how much time's left, and he just roasts Corbeil, but that shot was from way outside, just inside the restraining line. Definitely one Gold would love to have back on the run. Such a hard shot to take. A sidearm meets Gold 5-hole, and Aaron Gold looks up in disgust.
Off the draw, Snyder and Thompson battling. Snyder has it, he's hounded by a host of Rush players, but it's a timeout called, and Calgary will have it. 31 seconds to go in this game. 30-second shot clock, Kevin. It's going to be very difficult for the Rush. They're going to have to create a turnover and then call a timeout.
Well, we're going to see an all-out press by this Edmonton team in effort to get this ball back. A back-breaking goal for Curtis Dixon. So clutch to come up with a big goal. Maybe a little bit of a screen around Cornwall there, but that's one definitely Bold has got to have. I mean, especially with 20 seconds left on the 30. A gutsy move by Dixon to let that fly from way outside.
And you see the Roughnecks domination 31 seconds away from continuing. They have won 11 straight. However, in between that, they've lost 2 playoff games. The Rush have not beat them since January of 2010 in the regular season. They beat them twice in the playoffs, once in 2010 and again last year. And the Rush, they will have to pressure here, and they're going to have to pull their goalie and go 6-on-5. So really the only option for Edmonton, they'll put 2 guys on the ball carrier. Dixon very sure-handed with Thompson on him and Corbeil, and then everybody else will play man-to-man. So Dixon running away from Corbeil. He gets across. Dixon doesn't shoot it. Dixon walking in, firing it. It's blocked by Cornwall. What a save. Calgary gets it back. Manning in the neutral zone. Now down low. Falling. Dixon has it. Dixon in the corner with 10 seconds to go. Won't shoot it. Dixon with Dilks on him. Now in behind the net. Dilks just killing time. The Rush can't get the ball away. And then Cornwall crushes him. Corbeil has it. Corbeil. And now we've got the gloves off. I'm not sure Harnett came in and just threw his gloves off. And we've got a few guys on the floor. But I don't think anything is going to come from this. Dixon holding his face mask.
Well, Dixon was mugged. Guys all over him. Incredible effort to hold on to that ball. The Edmonton Rush desperately trying to get the ball back to get another chance and tying this up. But here you see Rubish all over him, hitting him, Thompson all over him, and a big, vicious hit by Cornwall, which upset Harnett. Came running, gloves flew off, yard sale, and here you see Dixon running up. Definitely the hero of this game.
Dixon with 3 goals in the 4th quarter alone, 4 on the night, 15 on the season, and he's nicknamed the Rush Killer for a reason. That is his 8th career hat trick against Edmonton.
Tonight's broadcast is presented by Homes by Abbey, better value by design.
Another entertaining Battle of Alberta, and once again the Roughnecks come up on the right side of the scoreboard, 9-8 in the final seconds. They have won 4 straight. The Rush have lost 3 straight. We'll come back, wrap things up on Sportsnet.
The machine showed me a map of my feet, and it gave me my custom number.
My arches needed more support until I got my number at the free Dr. Scholl's Foot Mapping Center. I'm a believer, and you will be too.
Find your closest foot mapping center at drscholls.ca.
When it's time to start thinking about your career, inspiration can come from anywhere. But to get the right skills and training, you need the right tools. To find out about Government of Canada programs and other opportunities that can help you, visit actionplan.gc.ca/betterjobs. A message from the Government of Canada.
Hey, Gads! You're up to your jibs in snow.
Yeah. Can you get me out of it?
Of course! Behold, Travelocity.ca's winter option sale.
That's amazing, but I'm still stuck.
I'll wait.
The Winterruption Sale. Enjoy up to 50% off vacation packages at Travelocity.ca. Ending soon.
Hey, Coco.
Boss?
You like pleasing customers. How about a promotion?
Yeah, awesome.
Here's the deal. Unlimited talk Canada-wide, unlimited messaging, and 1 gig of data for $60 a month.
Our customers will love it, but what about my promotion?
In your dreams.
Oh, I smell coffee. Coffee.
As always, Fido is giving your budget a break with unlimited talk Canada-wide. Unlimited messaging, 1 gig of data, call, display, and voicemail for $60 a month. And that includes the Fido Advantage.
The machine showed me a map of my feet, and it gave me my custom number.
My arches needed more support until I got my number at the free Dr. Scholl's Foot Mapping Center. I'm a believer, and you will be too.
Find your closest foot mapping center at drscholes.ca.
Welcome back to the Scotiabank Saddledome. I'm joined by the player of the game, Curtis Dixon of the Calgary Roughnecks. Curtis, you had such a strong, steady game throughout the game. Game-winning goal. Tell us how you saw that unfold.
Yeah, you know what? It was about 50 seconds left on the clock. We wanted to get an early shot, you know, get a chance to get a goal, or get them the ball, and then we get the last possession in the last 30 seconds, get a chance to pull our goalie. So, you know, just kind of one of those desperation, get the ball in net, hopefully get a rebound or get a good chance, and lucky enough to win in.
Now, the coach was calling to give the ball to you a lot throughout the game. How did you handle that pressure? And you obviously came out with a handful of goals, about 5 goals tonight.
Yeah, no, you know, obviously it worked out well. You know, we got a lot of talent on the front end, and you know, it's they make it look pretty easy. Those guys feeding you the ball, so you know, I was lucky enough I was feeling tonight, and the ball was going in for me, so it was good for us.
How does it feel to win on your home turf? First game that you guys have won this season at the Saddledome.
It feels awesome. You know, we got to start winning home games. They're very important in this league, and you know, lucky enough we went out and won 3 on the road there to get our record back above 500, and you know, we got the best fans in the league here, so it was good to get a win for them.
And they were definitely behind you guys. They got really loud today.
They were. You know, they're like this every week we're here, so we love playing in front of them, and you know, it's about time we start getting some wins for them.
Well, thanks a lot. Congratulations on being the player of the game and the win.
Thank you.
Jason, back up to you.
Curtis Dixon, a stellar performance. He is the General Tire player of the game. 4-goal performance from him, and he really took over in the fourth quarter.
Well, this Calgary offense wanted and needed someone to step up in Dane Doby's absence, and they found it in Dixon. Lots of fadeaway shots, and he had his shot working for him tonight. 4 goals on the night and 3 in the fourth quarter to salt this away. Great effort by Curtis Dixon.
Well, what can you say? Another electrifying game here in Calgary, the Rush and the Roughnecks. And once again, Calgary finds a way, Kevin, to come out on top. They have now won 22 of the 26 meetings. And you look at the standings, the Roughnecks at the top, 4-2. The Rush at the bottom, 1-4. But you look at that goals for, goals against. They've actually scored more goals than they've given up. Unfortunately, they've lost a lot of tight games, and that's been killing them.
Well, this back-to-back weekend, not where the Edmonton Rush wanted to be, but Calgary, hats off to them. Great effort tonight, and like I said, Curtis Dixon loves playing at home, and they treated their home fans to a great effort here tonight.
So the Edmonton Rush will try to regroup. They are back in action next Friday. The Rush and the Roughnecks will do battle again right here on Sportsnet in Calgary on March 2nd. And one guy the Rush are going to have to solve between now and then, of course, is Poulin. Dixon was the star of the fourth quarter. Poulin might have been the star of the first 3 quarters, Kevin. He was stellar all night tonight for Calgary.
Well, he answered. Kurt Malowski had so much confidence in him, leaving him in the game last game, and he came back with a vengeance, spinning around, making acrobatic saves, and just holding this Calgary team in this, where this Edmonton Rush offense was so strong on the night, getting so many quality opportunities, and he stood tall, dancing around, and holding this Rush offense to only 8 goals.
Rush, you know what? Sometimes you can't be disappointed with your effort, just the outcome. And I think that was the case tonight. Derek Keenan will be happier, especially with his defense. Aaron Bold was great. Obviously, he probably would want that 1 goal back tonight, Kevin. But, you know, you look for the Rush moving forward. They have to regroup quickly. Meanwhile, Calgary looks like the favorite that everyone expected. They are just starting to roll.
Well, and it shows the depth. Dane Doby, a leader on offense. I keep going back to it because he is such a big-time player, and he was out of the lineup, and everyone else stepped up against such a well-coached team with Kurt Malowski, and he's got a good group in front of him, and they showed their depth tonight in stepping up in Doby's absence.
Outstanding game
The Calgary Roughnecks continue to dominate the regular season version of the Battle of Alberta. They have now won 12 straight over the Edmonton Rush. The Rush have won the two that matter the most in the postseason. They will meet again here on Sportsnet on March 2nd. Be sure to tune in then. Once again, the final score from the Saddle Dome in Calgary. The Roughnecks 9, the Rush 8. On behalf of Kayla Space, Kevin Howard, I'm Jason Greger. Good night from Calgary.
Ski Television is brought to you by Columbia's Omni-Heat. Keep your warmth, not your sweat. Miele, making premium German appliances since 1899.